And we're back. For those who haven't missed my voice, it's me again, Dom Smith, and I'm joined this time by...
Hello everyone, I'm Selvi. Nice to meet you.
And we're here commentating the first game of Women's Super League tonight, which is Bedford Mighty Eagles against London Storm Ones.
Yes, and Storm actually have two teams in the Super League this season. The second team got promoted last season, so this is their first team.
Both teams pretty strong this fixture. Bedford Eagles coming with a usual startup, though it does look like they're missing a few people. And London Storm, last fixture, one of their main players, Tara Jones, got injured in one of their games. So it doesn't look like she's here today, but they are sporting a full 8 on their lineup today.
And Bedford Mighty Eagles does have quite a sprinkling of international players on their team, so we're expecting a very strong match. Now, ref is calling that a hit on Josiah, and the teams are 5 versus 5 at the moment.
It looks to me that Bedford Eagles have only got the one sub today. As you can see, Smaller Abby, sorry Abby, I don't remember your second name, but Smaller Abby is down in the sub box, whilst Abby Gower is on. Abby Gower and Alice Bonsignori, two new players to this Bedford Eagles lineup this season.
Smaller Abby is Abby Davis.
There we go, I've learned something new, Abby Davis. Bedford Eagles taking a small lead in this set, 3 balls with 1 player up. And a fantastic dodge there by Abby Gower. Her hair flicking everywhere. Always a risk having such long hair in the sport, because if that hair gets hit, it is a hit.
It's somewhat akin to a Viking, though. I feel like it brings ferocity into
I
the
love
match.
her hair.
Absolutely.
I love her hair, but...
I think that hair just empowered that hit she made on London Storm.
Yeah, my hair doesn't suit it being that length. I cut it usually. I go up with 3 again.
Beautiful dodge from Storm wingers, and they go for a double counter, but not a hit.
Very unfortunate there for the double counter not to hit. Interestingly enough, this is Alice Bonsignori's old team, so...
Oh, good point. So Alice Bonsignori is player number 22, and she's actually playing for Bedford Mighty Eagles today, but she used to be on London Storm.
It's good to see Storm have got a few players back. CV McLaughlin has come back from injury, the left-wing player for Storm at the moment. Deanna Lee is back and she is currently subbed off. And you've got a few returning faces who haven't been here for the first few meets. Fantastic 2-ball throw there. Unlucky to not clip Abby Gower on the head. Again,
you can really see the level of experience from Abby Gower. She's been double counted quite a few times yet. She's still not been off court as of yet. And that just comes from, I guess, how seasoned a player she is and the level of experience she has. Also at an international level, I believe.
Oh, she has captained England's mixed team. She's played for England women's a plethora of occasion. And now she's transferred from Nottingham Sheriffs over to Bedford Eagles for this season.
On to the second set. The first set goes to, I'm not sure because they haven't changed the score.
The first set went to Bedford Eagles.
Bedford Eagles.
Sorry, Selby, if you miss anything, I'm going to call it.
Time's paused there just because there was a ball that flew over from the other court. You'll see the blue ball that just flew over that interrupted the game start. So the ref has made the decision to restart that.
Yep, smart decision by Sam Mason. Players could be a bit angry that that ball stopped them from running. Also a bit of a health and safety risk crossing the court. But smart reset there. Alice Bonsignori not making that drop catch at the neutral zone. Still smiles as she comes away from it though, knowing that she'll get another one later.
Gonna have to hold you to that. Alice will make a catch in this game.
See, they've got some fantastic catchers on both sides. Charlotte Josiah is known for her catching.
And how about on Storm Team, who's known for catches on the
Storm Team, a lot of these girls are fantastic catchers. I think one to watch will be Khan. She's at a university level, played for Imperial for many years, and she's a phenomenal catcher on that team.
Khan is number 72. You can't see her number at the moment, but she's the middle player at the moment with the white shoe.
White shoes and a headscarf, a fantastic catcher. Very aggressive counter there by CV.
And Storm have actually ended up with 2 players up at this point in the game, so looking at potentially equalising. Fantastic dodging there.
And a brilliant shot. I know I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong there by McLaughlin, but an amazing counter there. Kiwi, not Stevie. Thank you, April O'Brien, who is our operator again. Kiwi McLaughlin, not Stevie, Kiwi. But as you can see, she's just come back from an injury. I believe it was on her back. And she's coming really aggressive at court, showing that confidence post-injury. Charge, unfortunate to make that catch. They're looking to round the body, making a fish for that one. One player left.
Very good on-court awareness there by London Storm team. All of them keeping their eyes up, even though they're kind of having a conversation between the players, deciding what to do next, making sure that they're not getting hit whilst they're distracted. And Storm take that good step.
And Liv Morris again. They're putting them right to the side of her, not giving her that opportunity to catch, making them turn, making them what we call fish for it.
Absolutely. I think Storm are probably acutely aware that Bedford Mighty Eagles are a very strong team. They're very strong catchers. So they're really focusing on the accuracy of those throws, making sure they're not landing anywhere near a catchable location, not near the center of the body, really aiming for those toes and off to the sides.
Oh, it's a fantastic shot there on Izzy Smith. What London Storm are doing so well is Storm are playing dodgeball and they're making Bedford Eagle go fishing. That's a first terrible jokes. You'll get used to it, Selby.
Everyone, you can't see my face, but I'm face palming right now. Oh. I think it's time.
I've been commentating too many games today. I'm going crazy.
It's been a long day.
Bedford Eagles now resetting with 3 balls. Only 1 player up at this point. Kiwi going very aggressive with Meg Shine. Meg Shine, again, we haven't spoken about yet. Recent transfer, played for Bedford Rangers for many, many years. Played for Republic of Ireland for many, many years.
Now both teams are at 5 players.
And 5 balls to London Storm here.
Oh, that is
a wonderful catch by Liv Morris.
Absolutely, especially when the other team has 5 balls. They have a very strong advantage there. They decided only to release 2 and ended up getting caught by 1.
And April O'Brien, I believe you've just clipped that, which you may be able to see later on the British Dodgeball Instagram.
Hit there on Abby Gower.
London Storm doing very well to stay in the set, even after that catch given.
Absolutely, it's still only 1 player difference at the moment after that hit on Abby Gower.
Fantastic dodge, and they're so quick up the court. I never played soccer. Imi Sharp, arguably, well, is the youngest player on this court by a landslide, but such a young talent.
Player number 8, that is, on Bedford Mighty East side. Ooh, very opportunistic throw there from Alice Bonsignori.
And Khan taking a reply to it, and a hit on not Liv Morris.
What just happened? We lost 4 players in a swift 5 seconds. That has been clipped. I hope you can see that later.
April O'Brien has clipped that one.
Fantastic block there from Alice Bonsignori. London Storm players are strong. They're holding their...
They've only got about 45 to 50 seconds to hold their ground, though.
Going in for that double counter. Both balls released. Great dodge from Mimi Sharp. Now we've got 3 balls with 3 players on Mighty Eagles side. London Storm, 2 balls, 2 players. They go for that single ball cross-court release with Amy Sharp, and London Storm decides to hold their 2.
Interesting choice there to hold. They do only have around 25 seconds left. If Tundi and Khan are going to win this game, they need to be going aggressive. They need to be taking these hits now. Only around 15 seconds left, and a brilliant pre-throw.
What a stunning
I'm not sure if the refs...
Does that count as a catch?
Yep, it does count, and it's a wipeout anyway. Very lucky there, because Alice Bonsignori also did get hit off that.
So, what just happened there? So, the London Storm team, the Mighty Eagles team had 3 balls, and they went on the walk-up to release their balls. As they were about to release, Storm double pre-threw the central player, got a hit, but one of those balls rebounded off that central player, up into the air, and then got caught by another player, whilst the other London Storm player actually got outed by a hit. So that ended that, and Mighty Eagles took that set. What a fantastic end to a set. Now we're on to set number 4. Score is currently 4-2.
Still very even in this game, Selby.
Absolutely, very, very even.
And a great double counter there, taking out Tandy.
We're at 4 players on London Storm side, 6 on Mighty Eagles. Great block again from Gower.
I think after the last fixture where Bedford Eagles suffered 2 losses, they want to come out with this fierce attacks. They want to be winning this set, and having the first game back against London Storm is tough, because these girls are very talented as well. Fantastic dodge by Abby Gower.
Storm winger there really took her time to make sure she could get the accuracy and distance closed before she took that hit. But unfortunately, didn't get the hit there, but she did manage to get out of that situation.
but did end up giving Bedford Eagles 5 balls.
That is true.
Which they didn't capitalise on. Unlucky to not hit Mick Shine there, who does quite a simple little sidestep and evades all of them.
And Storm now with 4 balls. Deciding to release 2, leaving them with 2 balls. Again, a defensive play there. 1 ball's gone over court and has just come back on.
A very back and forward game this so far. There's not been many sets where there's more than 8, and a fantastic shot by Kiwi.
And she also managed to dodge that counter from Alice Bonsignori. Very well played.
And now they're only 1 down for London Storm. Abigail doing what she does so well and just blocking those 2 balls away. As Rachel Potter jumps, they track it so well and take her out in the air. Unsure on how long is left of this set, but it will be updated. We'll try and ask us from Sam Mason here, find out how long we've got left. I can tell you it's anywhere between 0 and 3 minutes. Storm now, 3 players, 4 balls. They can't release all 4 balls here, so as you can see, Sam Laverty there. Oh, and Anika.
Beautiful catch from Khan.
I said before the game, one to watch is Anika. Her catching is phenomenal. She will take those single ball catches.
Her survival's been really good as well so far. She is always one of the last people to be left on the Storm side. And that is very important. I think sometimes people really focus on the catches and the hits, but in reality, just dodging and survivability is so crucial in dodgeball. Just making sure that you have more bodies on court than your opposition. And so survivability there has come in really handy for the Storm side.
As a dodger myself, I appreciate these comments.
Absolutely.
So,
same here.
We look like we've got about 3 minutes 10 left of this half.
That was a draw the last set, so Mighty Eagles still up by 1 set. 3 points to Storm, 5 points to Mighty Eagles.
And looks like it's bang on 3 minutes now going into this set. This could be the final set before the half, unless we go aggressive and take some hits. Bedford Eagles with 3 balls straight off the bat.
You can see London Storm are in fantastic catching positions, ready for whatever ball comes their way. Dynamic positioning. They can step away and make a dodge, or they can really go for those catches. Beautiful catch from Abigawa. Hit there on Khan from Alice Bonsignori.
Bedford Eagles starting off so strong in this set, taking that catch and goes straight into that recounter. Rachel Potter not finding a target with that solo throw. Currently 2 players down, Storm girls. Abigail is so agile there, allowing her team to then play around it. Take that 2 ball.
Blocking there from the finger. Goma? Name?
Tandy. I think really underappreciated is Abigail's dodging in this game. A lot of pressure has been put on her, and she's surviving. Oh, and Alice Bonsignori too.
Fantastic counter there.
So aggressive up court there, Abigail and Charlotte Josiah.
I think we do find that the Bedford Mighty Eagles team, all of the ladies on this team are incredibly strong and very well-rounded players. I don't think any of them are weak with any particular skill. You're seeing all of the players making fantastic dodges, catches, throws. A beautiful catch there from Keeley. Storm, and then a counter. And that leaves them at 4-4. So now they're potentially drawing this game with only a few seconds left.
They've now got 5 balls on the Scott. 5 balls to Storm as well. Taking out both Abbies.
What a fortunate moment for London Storm. They are up by 2 players, and that is the end of the first. No,
1 minute left.
Court. That's a different
1 minute
court.
set.
1 minute left with 2 players up on London Storm side. Potentially they can equalise at half time.
Play 2 is on.
Pressure on the Mighty Eagles team.
Fantastic of Kiwi there, staying alive. They don't need anything. They can burn this set out.
It's up to them to keep their heads cool. Oh,
they did not burn this set out.
Now that equalises the players again. 3 versus 3.
What a fantastic catch by Liv Morris there. A bit of an unfortunate mistake for the Storm side.
Storm Storm are now with 2 players, an unfortunate hit there on the Storm winger.
When you only had 20 seconds left, all you had to do there was throw it away from the body.
Yeah, they probably made a single ball call there just so that they could be a bit more defensive, but...
Oh, Rachel Potter!
That was a catch on London Storm!
Clip that, April O'Brien.
And that ends the set. Wait, time has been paused. But Alice Bonsignori went for a little push throw while she was down, but it immediately got caught by London Storm. And that ended up on this. Oh no, apparently all these clips that we've been taking have not been clipping, but never mind, we'll have to manually live stream and find all of
So,
the clips.
Alex, just come out to us, update us that we've been clipping it all wrong. So anytime we say clip that, that is down to you as viewers to now go back and clip our footage for us. Do your job, help British Dodgeball out, please.
Now, an intense debate happening on court between the refs. Quite a few things happened at the same moment there. There are a few hits happening and then also a few catches. So I think they're probably just debating which of those catches and hits happened in what order, and what the final number of players on each team is.
I think we cannot understate how great that catch by Rachel Potter was. Dropping her ball to catch that.
Clip back, clip back, clip back.
Unorthodox catch there. There's
So
5 seconds left.
It's 2 versus 2 players. It can go any way. 5 seconds remaining in this set.
Will they all just stand still and let the time run out? Let's see.
Yeah, London Storm just shaking their hands.
What a
there.
wonderful end to the dodgeball. Thrilling there. April, clip that.
But everyone seems quite happy with that outcome. I think everyone was looking at each other, agreed that they were just going to end that set there. A draw is good for both teams. And I think they're just going to take it into the second half and see what they can do with the remainder of this game.
I was hoping for an exciting finish there. I was hoping all 4 players to rush forward and take a hit. But no, they went for the tactical decision.
Let's be honest, sometimes sensible dodgeball is what gets you the win, you know? Yeah, there's sometimes absolutely chaotic moments, and that's why we love this sport, but sometimes you want the win, you want the medal and the trophy, you just have to be boring.
Toby, we're both Phantoms players. We know boring styles quite well.
Unfortunately so. I'd love to be a bit more chaotic, but you know how well boring works.
Going now into the second half. Score is currently 6-4 up to Bedford Eagles. Just checking I was right. Yes, I am. It's a really tight neck and neck game here.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic players all around.
One thing I didn't mention is the missing players on the Bedford Eagles side. They're missing Kizzy and Heidi Angel, and they're also missing Sarah Town.
True. Again, I believe Sarah Town's an international player.
Sarah Town is a very well-known international player. Solid catcher, solid thrower.
Do we have any international players on the Storm side?
Yes, you have. So you have to really test me on this one. Rachel Potter has played internationally for a number of years. I think Irish. And Team G. Kiwi has played internationally for Republic of Ireland. Meg Shine is also Republic of Ireland. Andy is ex-England.
Thank you, April, off camera, feeding us all of the international dodgeball information.
I knew this as well, but I'm leaving this to the strong women we have to tell me everything.
I'm not giving you any of this credit, Dom. This is all April's brain power that is giving all of our lovely viewers this valuable information.
Oh, I hate Phantoms. But yeah, both sides are breathed with international players and some new talent alike coming upwards. Not even mentioning the likes of Alice Bonsignori on the Bedford Eagles side.
Bedford Mighty Eagles, actually. Refer to them as Mighty Eagles or Bedford Mighty Eagles. But they are, obviously, it's important to differentiate because there are 2 teams based in Bedford. One being Bedford Rangers and the other being Bedford Mighty Eagles.
And one of them is Mighty.
What?
It's not Bedford Mighty Rangers, is it?
Did I say Mighty Rangers?
No. But it would be better if, because Bedford Eagles have Mighty, I think Bedford Rangers should have Power.
Okay, Dom. I think it's time for you to go home. Right, comment in the chat if you're enjoying Dom's commentary.
And please send me home. I'm tired. I've got to drive back to Norwich. Right, so moving into the second half. Bedford Mighty Eagles are 6-4 up. And they win the middle ball, not cleanly, so they do not quick start this game.
Again, Storm now in very dynamic positions, ready for those dodges. No hits there from Bedford Mighty Eagles side. balls either side now. Bedford Mighty Eagles with 4 balls, so this is a very opportunistic moment for them. 3-ball release on the winger, and that gets a hit there on player number 9.
Candy
Ngoma.
Well done. Imi Sharp and Abigail with the balls. They're going to be aggressive. They're looking.
Oh, that was not who Imi was aiming for, but she got a hit nevertheless, so 4 versus 6.
I'm not sure Deanna was the original target of that one shot.
Yeah, no. I think probably the person in front of her, but you know, a hit's a hit after all.
They are the worst shots to take when someone in front of you dodges or does something great and it pings you on the toe because you're behind them. And a great aces there by Abigawa and Imi Sharp. 1 high, 1 low, forcing Kiwi to go for that block but get hit by the lower ball. Bless you, Cole.
Now 3 players left on London Storm side. Bedford Mighty Eagles still going strong with their whole team. So this half has kicked off more in favour of Bedford Mighty Eagles, but again, these games have been very close. They've managed to turn beautiful.
Unlucky Rachel Potter there, getting clipped on the heel as she jumps upwards.
Right, there we go.
They're leaving 2 very strong catches in the Storm side, though. However, they do have 3 balls, so they are going to have to move forwards. Well done, Khan, with an amazing drop down there. Going beneath the 2-ball attack.
Our chat believes that you should go home, Dom.
Thank you, please. Send me her. Oh, it's my sister. Don't listen to that.
Well, if our chat's your sister, then our chat's your sister. But I think it's time you go home. After this game, though, don't leave me to commentate on my own.
I won't do that.
Thank you.
They go with aggressive running counter here and
lovely
take
hit
that hit on Big
Storm.
Shine. We're in Beth Redmond's top, but this is in fact Big Shine.
Yeah, quite a few of the kits are misleading. I think quite a few people have borrowed kits, so we are trying to make sure that we're using the correct names. And unfortunate hit there on Khan.
Abigawa going straight to the side of them, making them fish for it. Khan is a very, very renowned catcher. So you're not going to throw at her central mass there. Making her move to that side, try and get that hit.
And she really did desperately need a hit at that point. There were so many players on Mighty Eagles' side. Realistically, it's not going to be viable for you to win that set unless you're getting catches. So getting 1 player out on that side and bringing another player in to help support you.
Yeah, quick start misses on the Bedford Eagles side in this set. And they give away 4 balls. I think what's interesting about the Storm side, they're not hitting these 2-ball attacks. In order to be benefiting from this game, they need to be hitting these 2 balls. Because the second they release 2, Bedford Eagles are retaliating with that 2-ball attack back.
That's right.
In order to make the most out of releasing the majority of balls, and they're again releasing all your balls.
Interesting little situation there. A few players tried to go for a rebound catch, but it did touch the floor before it touched any of the other players. So no catch there, no hit either off the rebound. If
you're London Storm there, you need to be looking for that ricochet catch.
Absolutely.
Fantastic block there by Diana as she gets running counter by Abigawa.
Very dynamic game so far. It's not been slow at any point in this game. Just lots of back and forth. Double counter coming
and again. Another 2-ball counter.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not seeing many kind of rallies and then just resetting in between. We're also not seeing an awful lot of pre-throws as far as I can see. Is that right, Dom?
No, not a lot of pre-throws at all, but also I think they don't have to. I think Bedford Eagles are just getting these 4 balls with ease. They're giving the ball away. The possession's quite loose for the Storm side at the moment.
True.
And Bedford Eagles are known to be able to punish with that 4-ball attack.
Now Bedford Mighty Eagles on 5 players, London Storm on 3.
Okay.
Oh, it looked like a
honesty.
block, but it did end up blocking into her, so Khan is off.
Great honesty by Khan there. None of the refs calling her, but she's saying she plugged into herself and she's taking it out.
Oh, hit there. Very well timed. Great accuracy from Imi Sharp and Alice Bonsignori there.
Again, it's this power duo on the wing. Imi and Alice just so potent with that 2-ball attack.
Great word there, potent.
I'm using my primary skills. Synonyms are important. You can't keep saying good.
Maybe we do need you, Dom. Maybe it's not home time just yet. Your vocabulary is coming in very handy.
Please send me home. I don't want to be here.
That leaves us on a score of 10 versus 4.
Looks like a time that has fault by one side here.
So Bedford Mighty Eagles leading by 3 sets at this point. It looks like we have about 10 minutes remaining in this game. What do you think is going to happen?
Dodgeball will be played.
That's pretty intuitive. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen.
I think after this timeout, I think the discussion from Bedford there, who is coaching at this point, I think they're going to be saying we need to be hitting these 2 balls. They are being punished through these 2 ball tags. Either go solid single ball, get that single ball hit, or hit these 2 balls. By not hitting that 2 ball tag, you're opening up the Bedford Eagle double counter, which is so potent, and you're leaving yourself with 1 player who's getting pinned.
And what about London Storm? What do you think their strategy is going to be?
That was London Storm.
Sorry.
I think for Bedford
Mighty Eagles.
I think Bedford Eagles don't need to change anything.
Yeah.
I think they're playing so well and they're playing so around their wingers. You can see from that team huddle, they're confident, they're smiling, they're happy. They just need to go into this with the same style, taking these recounters. They're so confident, Abigail will just come off for a bit. Well, let's talk about the depth of this new Bedford Eagle team. So many players they've brought in that they're able to rotate around. It'll be interesting to see if some go for these hits now. If they take these 2 ball hits or they revert to a single ball game. Sunstorm with a sub on, they've brought in Valerie Plant, taking off Tandy and Dogma. And there they go with the 2 ball tap, but they're putting their body into it now. They're going for these hits. And they're surviving that recounter.
3 balls again now on London Storm side. 2 ball release, and they do get that hit. Beautiful dodge from London Storm.
And
ooh, is that a hit on Imi?
Yep, I think so.
It looks like the ref is
called it.
One ref is calling it, the other is calling a bounce. It looks like London Storm agrees that that was a bounce, so that is the call. London Storm with 6 players now, and Bedford Mighty Eagles with 4 left.
Big Shine taking that free throw on the left side. Risky, trying to disrupt the play. They aim for Khan anyway, who manages to dodge under it. Valerie LaPlante sub on for this, going very aggressive on that right side.
That team talk seems to have benefited Storm quite a bit. It looks like whatever they discussed to do is coming in handy.
Whatever it is, they brought back their thunder, so.
Absolutely. I see that what you did there.
Thanks.
I see what you did there.
4 balls now to the Storm side. You're looking to see maybe a 2 ball release or a 3 ball release here. Free throw and a 3 ball release.
That leaves London Storm with 1 ball now. Bedford Mighty Eagles have 4, but they only have 3 players, so they'll only be releasing 3 balls.
They do take out Charlotte Josiah in that play. And a
cheeky free throw from London Storm.
Free throw from Big Shine, but misses its target and they take the hit there on Rachel Potter. They can afford to lose players at this point. There's a minute left. If they play it out and lose a couple of players, that's fine, because there's not going to be time for Bedford to recover from it.
Again, we're seeing some beautiful dodging on the back line from London Storm. LaPlante there, with a very fantastic kind of sideways movement. Khan, oh, going for that catch, but not quite.
That's a bread and butter taking a catch there. Lucky to take that one. Now bringing it even. Maybe Bedford can bring us back.
Not quite even. London Storm is still up by 1 player.
And it bounces into Liv Morris there. And that's a great trade by Meg Shine.
Now they need to slow this game down. How long do we have left? 28 seconds left in this set.
25 seconds for these 2 teams. Bedford Eagles need to come out aggressive and take out players.
Beautiful dodge there from
Valerie taking a great dodge.
Plants.
Maddie, stop attacking people. Valerie, very good dodge there in the middle there. And Kiwi with that release high above. Not enabled. 5 seconds left. They don't need to throw.
They really don't need to throw at all.
They risked it.
That is a hit though. No catches from Bedford Mighty Eagles side, and London Storm take that set, leaving the score at 10-6. Bedford Mighty Eagles now only 2 sets up, and there is enough time now for London Storm to actually pull this game back. Let's see if that team talk is going to have come in that handy.
Just over 6 minutes left in this game. London Storm are reinvigorated. They're taking these 2-ball hits like they should. 3 balls this time. Stay with Storm. Again, sticking with that 2-ball game. This 2-ball game is not what you usually see within Super Leagues. Usually you're backing that 1-ball counter-attacking game.
Bedford Mighty Eagles are fantastic at making it look like they're going for one player but actually aiming at someone else. But London Storm are aware of this and they're not falling for the trick. All the players have their attention focused on the Bedford Mighty Eagles balls, not their body movement.
Again, 2-ball attack. It's such a risky game.
That's called as a hit by the ref. The London Storm are still up by 1 player at this point.
It's so risky releasing 2 balls to this Bedford Eagles side. They're getting away with it sometimes, and there's what I expected. Single ball release now.
Bedford Mighty Eagles calling a reset there, getting all their players with the ball.
And Valerie blocks beneath it. Now Storm again getting 4 balls.
Amy Sharp applying very heavy pressure there, making sure that London Storm can't just use those 4 balls easily. Oh, a beautiful catch!
It's a great catch. Bringing in Abby again.
So that leaves both teams with 4 players.
I think Storm will be happy a bit with that, taking out Charlotte Josiah, a formidable catcher. But it is still a catch. They're losing a player on it. Bedford Eagles 1 player up now. Around 2 minutes left.
3 balls now on London Storm side. 3 balls, 3 players. I can only imagine Bedford Mighty Eagles might go for a pre-throw here, although they don't need it. Oh, beautiful catch from Bedford Mighty Eagles. Yeah, they didn't need to pre-throw because they were 1 player up. They didn't feel necessarily that threatened. And so now they went from 1 player up to 3 players up.
It's going to be a bit of a push here now for the Storm. They do have 2 good catches left on the court, though.
Good dodge there.
Bedford
Mighty Eagles.
Amy Sharp with that game management, just telling them to reset. They don't have to rush the set now.
Beautiful dodging there from the fan.
And a fantastic pre-pro to take out Alice Bonsignori. Only 2 players down. Bedford Eagles have done back to claw this game back, though.
3 balls on London Storm side, so onus is on them to throw the ball, and they have released 1 there. Now over to Mighty Eagles.
There's not long left in this game now.
Cheeky double pre-throw, and it pays off.
Play balls on. And
time is called. Such a close set, but that goes to Mighty Eagles. And so that opens the gap back up to 3 sets. If that was a draw, that would have kept the difference at 2 sets, but well played to both teams.
I think if we talk about turning points, in this game, that was your turning point.
Absolutely.
If London Storm had won that set like they were up in it, they should have won that set. They
would have had a chance in this game. They would have been able to take away a draw or a win potentially, but now it's equally more difficult now that they've just lost that 1
There's
set.
2 minutes 30 left. Bedford Eagles, I imagine, are just going to drag this game out, go for the full set, and take the win. London Storm needed that previous set. It's unfortunate that there was a catch, but very great catch by Charlotte Josiah there.
And so London Storm will just do their best to make sure that they're playing at their best capability. Probably aware that they can't come away with a draw or a win at this point, but they're just going to put their best effort in. Likely.
As I've said before, this game, it does matter in the long run. It might go down to points in the season. Women's Super League is an amalgamation and a mess, as it is every year, because every team beats every team. So points matter in the end. So
it is a very close matchup across many teams in the league, and so I think that just makes it that much more exciting to watch, really, doesn't it?
So Storm need to get this set. 12-8 is a good scoreline. If it goes 14-6, it might pay off badly in the end of the season. We need to get these points on the board.
Beautiful dodging from London Storm. Double counter. Oh, a beautiful catch there off the rebound. That leaves London Storm with 4 players. That's very unfortunate. It was a fantastic double counter that they went for, but you know, it's that awareness from Bedford Mighty Eagles side when those balls do rebound to actually go for that catch. a more inexperienced team may not notice that that ball had rebounded. In a worst case scenario, they might have even like been touched by that ball and then had a player out. But it's just the experience coming from Bedford Mighty Eagles there. A beautiful pre-throw from Imi Sharp, leaving London Storm with 3 players versus 6.
Sorry, Sylvie, you can do a bit of solo commentating whilst I just sort out the next stream.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah, your lovely tones whilst we sort this out.
That ball almost rolling over the center line there. But now London Storm with 3 balls. We have about 30 seconds left in this game. London Storm just having a good time. And Mighty Eagles just taking it very steady. They don't want to lose on any points here. Coming up with a 3 ball, releasing a single. Nice defensive play. Beautiful jump dodge there from Imi Sharp after she's released that single ball. London Storm, again, very aware, very awake, on their toes, making sure that they're not getting hit out whilst not paying attention. Oh, unfortunate hit there on Khan. Leaving Storm with 2 players.
Not long left. Our timer seems to be a bit out, but we'll see what...
Oh, beautiful hit there.
I imagine there's only a few seconds left in this. As we said, our timers are not always correct.
And the whistle goes to the ref's mouth. Hit there on London Storm.
Time. Bedford Eagles win that final set, 14-6. I think Storm would be a bit disappointed there not to get that set before, which would have swung it in their favour.
Yeah, but a fantastic performance from all the players. London Storm, obviously, they came together, had a team chat, and that did benefit them halfway through that second half of the game. But all players shaking hands now. Fantastic game. We've got 4 more Women's Super League games coming. We'll have different commentators and we'll make sure that they introduce themselves as well. So do stay tuned and we'll be with you very shortly.
I can let you know now, you've got the wonderful dulcet tones of Cormelon and Greg. He's looking at me like, no, not me.
We'll let them do their own intros, why don't we, Dom? Dom, I think it's time that you go home. Yay! Have a lovely evening, everyone. We'll see you in the next Super League matches.
Bye-bye. I'll look at this. Wait, I need to mute it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Women's Super League. We have a lovely game ahead of ourselves. Spartans against Bees. My name's Greg Whitehouse. I'm joined by the lovely, fabulous, ever so wonderful
Colum Mallon. Hello everybody, how are we all doing?
Doing well.
I was waiting for the response there.
I thought you were talking to as the audience.
A bit of both.
I mean, yeah, I'm doing well. It's a long day. Yeah.
You're a person too.
Thank you for realising that.
Your feelings are valid.
But a very strong Spartan squad yet again that they've got on court. That starting six, a very strong starting six at that. But even the substitutes that we've got are very strong at that.
So much international experience throughout the squad. Harry Bignell sitting on your bench. You could do a lot worse than that, I can imagine.
The Bees team a little, maybe not as strong as it once was at the start of the season.
Yeah, definitely. We've had two unfortunate losses. Walker and Zoe Wells transferring clubs. Big loss for Queen Bees. Hopefully those that are coming into the squad can step up and secure a few victories to keep them in the Super League at the end of the season.
Two single balls from either side, but nice easy dodging to start the game. Obviously that first set is never super erratic. Both teams trying to find sort of their way in the game. It's a long 30 minutes, two 15-minute halves.
Absolutely, you're just looking to get your throw in, get your eye into the game, like kind of size up the opponent, settle your way.
Now, if Bees do end up losing this game, that does put them at sort of that lower end of the table. Bees have always somewhat been the team that sort of are upper to mid-table and always fighting for the top sort of spots. I know, obviously, you've lost a couple of players this year. But like you said, you know, when you're coming into that team, it is a huge step up. And all players obviously looking to fight throughout and making sure they cement their place in that starting lineup.
Absolutely. As we were talking about kind of settling into the game, there are moments like that where Lucy was putting pressure onto the players of ball, picking them off, like with the early throws. And again,
like
Lucy, Lucy's catching them off guard. They need to be waking up and really getting into the game and keeping their eye on their quarter.
Yeah. Harrington definitely happy to settle up into that higher part of the court, dancing around that neutral zone. That neutral zone obviously a little smaller than the European and the world one, but one that we're ever so used to here under British softball.
Lucy, her court awareness is brilliant. She knows how to put pressure on the other team, disrupt like their flow, like kind of stepping up. Working really well for her. Brilliant two-ball throw there from Pay and Vic. Queen Bee side, taking out Lottie Billington. Anna with a big free throw. Yeah. And Lisa with a big post counter on Hannah.
But the first set does go the distance in the 3 minutes. At the end of those 3 minutes, the team with the most players left on court will take those 2 set points. If both teams are equal, both teams will take 1 set point. At the end of the first set, Spartans take the first 2.
Not often you see a Spartan set go the full distance. So Queen Bees could definitely take the solace from that.
Oh, and a block into a block. Yep. But ever so slow to start the game. Like you said, Spartan sets don't normally go the distance because they're normally eliminating the team before that 3 minute timer runs out. Spartans just assessing how Bees are playing. For them, like we've probably said already, that this Bees team isn't the normal 6 that you'd normally see. It might be the 6 that you'll start to get used to. But for now, it's a new 6 in terms of, so Spartans are maybe assessing the situation. It's what they do ever so well. They're such a tactical club.
It might also be that Spartans are trying to learn how to play that slower game, because you never know whenever you need to start learning to draw out the time. We've seen against Beagles the previous meet where a lot of the sets went really, really quickly, and whenever they needed to kind of settle down, they were actually able to do it. So now's as good a time as any to kind of practice that style of play.
Single balls throughout yet again, and like you said, Spartans looking to assess that slower game that they're after. It just gives you, more tactics in the arsenal. And Storch with the high leap, a very acrobatic style dodge.
Yeah, we just seen them that exchange. Queens coming off worse for wear. Some of the one-for-one battles they were going for were good to go for, but you have to be making the accurate hits if you're going to do it.
And 3 balls now on the side of Bees. That third ball obviously off court with Liam Ryder, because new ruling this season, you can hold those balls off court as long as they are clear and can be seen by the opposing team.
It makes a difference being able to be the ball retrievers, just being able to hand the player the ball rather than kind of forcing them to place it on court. Oh, Catherine Kane being called out off court.
Yeah. It was a good 2-ball attack onto Meg White, obviously, when you're trying to dodge that 2-ball attack. It wasn't a successful one for Meg White, and Barrington looks for that sniper.
She's really looking for those today. And a big catch by Lottie Millington to see out the set.
So about 8 minutes 15 left in this first half. The score currently only 4-0. Both of those sets go in the distance.
Amy Jones there with a nice little curved shot into Becky. She wasn't expecting it. Thought it was going to go towards Cheska.
And Payne out there for an invalid. I think just loses control of her ball slightly, so doesn't quite get the right trajectory on it that she's after. Nice big word late on.
Thinkers.
But Spartans will be looking for that momentum. British dodgeball word of the day.
Do love a bit of momentum. Speaking of, Cheska has been very experienced in that she's trying to play the 2-ball game that we're very well known for. Playing those single safes. Oh, Vic with a very unlucky post throw. Very good catch from Luke Barrington.
Got power behind that arm, but when it's in that area, Barrington's always going to be looking for that single ball catch.
Yeah, you have to go high or low there. Anywhere in the middle, she's taking it all day.
Yeah. Two-ball attack, a very good one at that. Jones can't quite dodge or try to take that catch on that one, but now Spartans do have 3 in hand. What can they do? Single ball.
Lucy is really enjoying putting that pressure up high on.
And I think she'll look at doing that the whole 30 minutes unless she's subbed off.
Absolutely. Huge catch from Cheska. That's a brilliant catch.
Yeah, maybe they realise, Bees have started to realise that the Spartans 1-ball is definitely a catchable one. And now they've turned that whole game around. They were, 3-5 down? Now 4-on-3.
Classic turnaround from the Queens. Saying goes, catches win matches.
Bignall goes low and Millington looks for that free throw on that. Oh, and there she is. She takes the catch. She decides on which one she's going for. She picks the right one out. She takes the catch. the swing of momentum now back in the favour of Spartans. But no target found. And Bees had to rush. They had to find the target before the time ran out. This time, not a successful one. So Spartans now head up 6-0.
That's experience showing there. They knew Spartans knew when to go for catches. That's safe single ball game. They're playing a very fantastic game that Queens just aren't able to adapt to yet.
And as we talk about experience, Bees give away 4. It's almost going to cost you so much here because that 4-ball attack from Spartans, there you go, does not find a target. I think both of the balls collided before they look at hitting the target.
Yeah, I think so. The referees all seemed happy with the decision. So did the Spartan guys. Very lucky to get away with giving away 4 balls so early. An experienced team like Spartans, you'd almost expect them to be making a hit. Brilliant catch from Kath Payne, having fellow Welsh girl E. Jones there.
I guess when you're playing at international level against each other and you know how they play, Payne is always going to stand strong against the throw of Jones because she knows where the catch is, that ball's coming into.
Absolutely. It's always good at taking those catches, especially in the breadbasket area.
Thoughts just making sure that the team are on the same page because they could have had 3 or 4 so many times. Davies hit out on that ball that does head low. It's that 80s call that so many British teams use.
Timing on that was just perfect.
And a block from Barrington as Ward dances around in that centre court and then decides that it's probably best at the back of the court.
And Chester got drawn into throwing away the 4th ball with Lucy there. Again, that's what Lucy's pressure is going to do to you. You feel tempted. You think it's going to be an easy hit. She can survive it all day long.
And that ball that is made into a successful hit, blocks up. Bignall knows all day long that's coming straight back to her. She takes the catch. And if he wasn't confident enough against the 5v1, it is a 6v1. Ball pops up yet again, still a live ball, and the catch is made secure. It's heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking if it's against you. It's great if it's for you. You take it all day long.
I think a thing we've spoken about throughout today is when it is too late to take a timeout. Now, if you were sort of in that box for the Bees now, would you have taken a timeout already?
Yeah, I probably would have. They just kind of need to reassess the situation and maybe readapt to try and play. The Spartans are getting more and more aggressive. The likes of Lucy is drawing them into Bees giving away a lot of 4 balls. You need to kind of talk to each other and eradicate that from the play. If they're able to just kind of steady the ship and hold more ball possession, they could probably get back into this game by winning a couple of sets. Seen them take quite a few catches and good hits today. Just that ball possession that's really killing them right now.
And like you said, that time that we saw Spartans give away 4, they started to lose players. Now, obviously, Bees with the 4 balls they've got. Obviously, they can't throw a ball because they've only got 3 players left. And Barrington is making sure that she's always looking at taking one out. Whether she goes out as well, she'll always making that positive trade. It's what so many teams do, that when you're up in that situation, risking your own life to take another's is always a successful one. Ball pops up. Jessica McCarthy. Rose tries to row back the back of the court.
The classic tombstone.
Yeah.
Lucy's blocking that all day long. No pressure.
The spin. As Barrington tries her luck at the spin back. Not quite spinning though.
No, and it was borderline invalid. Just seen Sam Mason really contemplating giving the invalid throw there. This is now Spartans just drawing out that time, making sure they keep control of the game and control of the lead. Another very rare 3-minute set for this.
I believe that is the end of the first half. The score at the end of the Spartans 10, and they're obviously looking very aggressive. They've played very well in this game.
They've been really smart with the times that they're aggressive and then just slowly controlling the game as well. And you don't often see that from them, so it's actually very good to see. It will probably do well for them across the entire season, to be honest.
What needs to be said in this time, team talk at half time? If you're in both sort of ends.
Spartans just need to play that exact same, draw out the time, draw out the sets. Lucy continue to put on that pressure to draw in the 4 balls. And then the other side of B's, it's like you really want to be working on the basics of driving and making sure that the throws, fakes are well timed, and ball possession is going to be massive. They really need to work on keeping 2 or 3 balls, controlling the game from their side. Would that be a fair assessment, you say?
Very good.
Thank you very
Perfect
much.
assessment. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, stop it, Claire.
And if you can hear that loud noise, that is actually Sam Mason laughing. Yeah. Heard throughout the ages. Cry for help.
As much as he needs it.
Close to the end of the half time. Like we said, the score currently 10-0 in the favour of Leamington Spartans.
Even the other Women's Super League court is 12-0 to, I believe, Valkyries.
Yep. Any teams that are super clear in terms of Women's Super League for you this year? I think every league, it sounds really weird, has been so up in the air this year.
Absolutely, yeah. No, other than maybe the men's league, I believe it is with Bovines, I'm pretty sure every other league has 3 or 4 big contenders going into it. In terms of the Women's Super League, I'm beginning to become a big believer in the Spartans team and taking the top spot. I did predict Bedford Mighty Eagles at the beginning of this.
But you're changing that.
After seeing the Spartans Bedford last meet, I was really impressed by the Spartan ladies. The way they're controlling the game, I just think it's very incredible. Pressure they're able to put on other teams and disrupt the style of play of Bedford Eagles, who have famously been able to just control games in previous seasons. I think they'll really stand up to the test of other throughout the season. I think they're the ones that.
Ball pops up. George with the block.
Criminal if that wasn't caught.
I think they all look up at it and they hope that someone else has got their eyes on it and looking to catch it, but they don't.
I think Becky and Harry had a wee look at each other and end up missing. I think there's a wee stoppage for ball retrieve up to be had.
Oh, okay. So I think Spartans have, whether Spartans have, said something or, sent a ref have said something. That the kits can somewhat be distracting, especially when they're in the same kit.
Oh, absolutely.
But that is the thing, though. That is 100%.
Absolutely, especially on the far side of the court,
Yeah.
whenever your ball retrievers have to be so close to the line to try and trap the balls in. It definitely can be distracting.
And when I don't play with my glasses, I'm literally blind as a bat. I'm not joking. I really need to start looking into getting contacts for playing because.
Or the goggles?
No.
Oh, you know what the goggles?
Absolutely.
Oh, I love the goggles. I think I'd go for them if I had to wear something like that.
Teal goggles. Teal goggles.
Teal.
Why can't everything in the world be teal? That is a question. That is a question.
The only thing that isn't teal is Bedford, right?
Wow.
That joke went down a treat.
It's on our kit, so it must be true.
Don't read everything you see on the internet, Greg.
I shouldn't. Oh no.
You're in trouble. The confusion over the potential hit on Cheska McCarthy there. Big hit for Melissa and Hannah Ward. Having to play up with three players each.
And Bees from the start of this game have not been on the same page, and after that play there, you can definitely look at it and say, we were correct in that. They've just given away 5 balls, something a team never wants to do.
But it's what we were talking about at half-time. It's really key that Queens get the ball possession right. Oh, is that a hit? I think that might be a set for Queens, maybe?
I think so.
Had a discussion on as to how that played out.
Yeah, it was Bees that take, I think, the hit in the dying seconds.
Huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge. Even after giving away, 5-ball possession, managed to come away with the set.
Big pause time. I think a water bottle from the other court was hit and exploded over sort of our side of the court. Although it isn't on the court, it's where retrievers often run. So
yeah, it's definitely a health and safety issue that we have to sort out before continuing.
throw from Jonty Bird. The towel does land on court. Obviously, you can't see that, but Brian Neal is doing a superb job of cleaning that up.
Oh, he's experienced at this. Definitely done that before. Probably cleaned up all the Spartans' sweat from being on the ground a bit.
Every time they tombstone, it leaves like a snail trail behind.
Absolutely.
But back into this game after these on that set, can they find the momentum?
Not after giving away a catch to Lonnie Willington by Vic Hines.
Straight into the breadbasket.
Commentator's curse there for sure.
That's it.
Oh, fantastic ding shot from Cheska McCarthy there on Becky Harper.
Knight from backcourt hits the toes. So both teams even now. 2 balls on the side of Bees, 3 balls on the side of Spartans. Could have had 4 balls there, but it seems ever so erratic every play that Bees make.
They really need to communicate about timing on release right now. we're actually doing is good. The timing of it right now. Meg was very easily just blocked. 2 seconds later, another block.
So for the first time, well, apart from the last set, obviously, I think this is the first time really that Bees have been up in a set. But now they've got to track back. A good block. Jessica McCarthy.
Starting to learn how to handle the big counters from Spartans, making a big difference. The other thing I've spotted with Queens in this second half is that they're communicating with each other a lot more in terms of how many balls they have, whether there's cover or not. You can just keep that going and probably up the communication just ever so slightly. They'll be doing a lot better in these sets. Big catching out there from Meg.
Yeah, brings back in Becky Hopper. So that one player down, ball pops up. Oh,
a double hit from Spartans. Brilliant experience from Harry Bignell. Just keep head distracted ever so slightly.
And that's it. And on a different day and maybe in a different set, both of those could probably be catches.
Yeah, absolutely. King Catherine Payne taken them already in this game before. Now it's up to Becky. Oh, just not enough time for Becky to make the hit.
And this time, Spartans take that final hit to actually make this set count. And obviously now got 12-2. 8 minutes 15, there or thereabouts left on the clock.
Being really smart Spartans to get that set out. Meg White, her experience, knowing when to go for that catch.
Yeah, timeout called, and in that timeout, obviously you've got a minute to talk about certain things. No timeout called, obviously, in the first half, so both teams did have one timeout to use in the second half.
Definitely going to be a very different timeout for Bees this time round. They're starting to come together as a unit. It's just now making those bigger darts. Maybe taking those catches that are coming into the breadbasket. That's all that's really been the difference so far in the second half. Definitely a step up. Updating the score on the other court. The Valkyries are now 18 points. 1-2. Very big result for Valkyries. They just subbed off Becky Harper and Spartans, or was it Lucy that was off?
I believe so, yeah.
Don't know if I'm going crazy.
The game gets back underway. Just under 8 minutes left on the clock, and in that second half, both teams still playing and opting towards that slower game, and a block from Barrington actually takes out Bignell. Obviously that ball, once it is blocked, is still a live ball, and it won't become a dead ball until it's hit a dead object, I guess. So obviously an outplay. Okay.
The technical.
So if it hit a player that was out, could it still hit you?
If the player was still on court.
Yes.
Okay.
Dodgeball. Yeah. We were saying at the start of the season, obviously, for some, it was 3 different type of rule sets that they've been getting used to. A new DD set, a European set, which is then different to the Worlds.
Yes. Hopefully we'll get
unified rules would be nice. But Spartans started to up the pressure now, and have really started eliminating those Bees players thick and fast. No. And like we said, that the players, like we said, were being eliminated thick and fast. It's now down to a 6-on-1 already. Ward looks for the catch, but ducks under all 3.
Very good at making herself small, so if you do even try to go get a clip on her, taking those catches. Something she's done on the international stage many a time. Brilliant. Lottie in disbelief as she got hit there.
Probably looking at making that catch, and she set herself so well for it.
Definitely. I think pretty much everybody here on court has been up against Hannah with her slingshot throw, being able to get anywhere on the court. I thought she had taken that for a second.
And she nearly did.
I thought Elisa was turning around in disappointment. I guess she was. Seen Hannah take that catch a million times.
Yeah, it's that sort of sling throw, but it also dips very quickly at the same time.
Absolutely. Like we said before, you know, other day if we're in days and they could be taking these catches very well, and it could be a very different story.
And there we go, Lottie Millington this time around takes the single ball. She sets herself perfectly, drops low, and takes the catch off McCarthy.
Lisa tried to do a cheeky snipe on Catherine Payne's spot, just missing. Queens are trying to adapt this more aggressive 2-ball throw approach. Pays off. Fortunately, Vic's head out. It's just about surviving those 2-ball attacks is going to be key to Queens coming back into this game. Probably just trying to do damage control. Oh, brilliant catch by Harry Bignell there. A very good hit on Lucy Barrington.
And each set really has gone a distance in this whole game. You know, there's not been one set that you could look back at that has really been an all-out blast, but Bignell takes out that catch. It's that favoured catch he looks at time and time again. That low scoop.
I think with Queen Bees now, with the result being as far away, 12-point deficit, I think they're starting to give away easy catches and kind of losing concentration in the game. Looking for that catch and unfortunately unable to take it, leaving a 6v1 situation against Becky Davies.
Maybe Bees have gone too many catches early on. Didn't quite find the rhythm that they were after, and Bignell picks up the catch.
The form is there, they are plucking them out of thin air now.
The momentum in this game has been there for her and for the whole team now, 16-2 up. This could be the final set. About 2:45, 2 minutes 50 left on the clock.
Hannah Ward surviving that quick start attack from Lucy Barrington. Her and Elisa now doing that aggressive stance up.
And if the whole of Bees are eliminated, or the whole of Spartans are eliminated under the time, then obviously we'll see a final set if it goes under 1 minute.
I imagine Spartans will be looking to take that extra set. Every set matters in this league, as we all seen from last season. That difference does matter quite a bit.
And it's interesting to see Manchester Bees. Can't quite remember her name. You'll have to remind me. Number 11, the one now left on.
Pay.
Hey, goes for that sort of like she set herself on her knee so early. You don't actually often see that in a lot of European style dodgeball. It's sort of a more world-renowned sort of play style.
Very big and stuff.
Yeah, they love it, don't they?
Tactics, yeah.
Did she play fine?
I think that's how she started off in dodgeball,
Okay.
and then moved over here for university, and started playing cloth more. Her exact dodgeball history, I'm not very well renowned on, to be honest.
Okay.
Playing out this set very calmly.
Spartans will probably, like you said, at the start of this game, really starting to put another bit of tactics under their belt. They've played the slow game throughout, and it's worked for them. The scoreline might not be ginormous, but the 16-2 scoreline has definitely been with them the whole way.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been in control pretty much every set.
And now they're looking at playing this slow game out. They're looking at, they might not want to even eliminate Bees here. They're just looking at that slow play time and time again.
Lucy taking the catch. I believe go into the final minutes. Says with no confidence.
The final 1 minute set. 18-2 the scoreline. Peg White does just get the centre ball there.
Very well, not the line fault. Kind of turning around.
Hey, obviously she set herself there, but it's so hard to dodge into that movement, obviously, when you set yourself on your knees.
I was trying to understand what Sam Richards was trying to say. Referees there. I believe there was two, and Chaska.
Oh, okay.
The referees were discussing. Nick just to my court far enough to block the lead. And there. 4 balls to quick days. Make all the difference. Big hit on Lucy. He's just one player up now. Elisa not able to take the catch, and Queens take the set. The final minutes take the score to 18-4 in favor of Spartans. Big result for Spartans, that.
Yeah, very good result. They've been in through the whole game, and they've played some perfect dodgeball throughout. We've definitely seen the better slow game out of Spartans, as opposed to Bees.
There was 2 or 3 sets there that Bees were ahead. Spartans never gave up. They knew exactly what they needed to do to come back into the set, and showed clinical dodgeball at its finest in the world.
Yep, next up on this court, I believe we have Nottingham Sheriffs against Phantoms. A good game, so hold on to your seats. Is that the saying? It is now. It is. For me, it's a goodbye from me for today. Is it a goodbye for you?
No, I will be back on for the 8 o'clock match. Who I cannot remember are playing. I believe Phantoms and Spartans.
Oh, that'd be a corker. Well, I'll be tuning in because I'll be on my way home, but I'll be tuning in.
I'll provide you some entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you very much, but for now, it's a bye from me and a
bye from me.
Okay, and welcome to Game 3 of the English Women's Super League here at Round 3, St George's Park. You're joining us as we are just over a minute into this first set between Nottingham Sheriffs and Derby Phantoms. Derby currently with the advantage in players and ball possession. Ooh!
Catching a hit, that looked like.
Yeah, great take from Kath Thomas there, but no one from Derby goes out for that.
A bit confusing, that. None of the refs
Grass
seem
must
to
have
have
called a
noticed
hit
it.
first.
Yeah. But Sheriff came on. A bit confusing. Great start to our commentating here.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened there? But 4v4. Good dodge there from Monique. Fifth ball has gone missing. Everything's going so smoothly in this game, so
Turns out it was in the Derby outbox.
So Derby with 3 balls. Let's see if they can get the advantage. Goes wide there. And Jen Allen nearly does a line fault there. Just sort of overbalancing. Good block there. Keep herself alive from not sure which sheriff that is. I can't read the name on the back of the shirt. Stunning commentary here.
Stunning commentary, you're doing great. I think we're both a little tired.
Yeah, oh, that was a great catch from Kirsty. No? Yes, it was, yeah. You said it bounced. So, looks like she's calling it not a catch. Yeah, very good.
But a lovely hit onto Lauren Hems. Will mean that ends in a draw.
Yeah. 3 on each side. Nothing really to separate them there. They were drawn up for most of that game, so quite an interesting start. I would have expected Derby to maybe be quicker off the start and crack up the first few sets. But they may do that now.
New transfer, Emily Walker there in the middle, putting on some pressure. Interesting to see how she does in her, I think this is her first game in the Sheriff's kit.
Yeah, this is her first game back in the Sheriff's kit. Obviously, she used to play for them back in the day. First time back in a while, in the number 5 shirt, middle. Three balls on Derby's side now. Still no from either side. Almost a minute gone. Quite a slow-paced game on both sides. Oh, that's a great shot from Kraft Thomas against Kez there. First player out, a minute in.
Yeah. Very slow so far.
Very slow, gentle game. I think both teams know that they can...
Bit more aggression there.
Yeah.
A delayed throw from Jen Allen will hit and then reach out on the headshot.
Yep. If she is holding her head, I think she's a bit dazed, but shouldn't be too injured. That evens it up again. Yeah, I was saying I think both teams know that they can play quite a controlled game and can win through that. So, you know, both sides will be looking to start off slow, read how the other team's doing, and kind of adjust their tactics based on that, I'd imagine. Emily Walker with the last ball on the Sheriff's side against 4-ball attack from Derby that gets Pat Thomas out, and a catch gets Emily out as well. So that is now 2 players down at the Sheriff's side, plus a player back in, Kez back in from the outbox on Derby's side. 6v3. 3 balls on the Sheriff's side.
1 minute remaining now. Sheriffs with a lot to do, 3 players down. Phantom's not letting off the gas though, still running counter.
4 players down now.
Successful again.
With 50 seconds left, basically only a catch will really turn this around now. They've got to throw first. Got 2 balls. Both good catches, the 2 players left on Sheriffs here. It goes for the block instead, Hems. And get a hit on Derby.
Only 20 seconds left. I think Sheriff's going to need at least 2 catches here, really. The Phantoms know what they want, know what they need, and they're not going to give it to them.
Yeah, very controlled game coming from Phantoms there. Very safe throws, both of those. And a good little dodge there from Kez as well. Just a good measure. I think they just rolled a ball off of a head over there on the Derby side. That's Derby pulling ahead 3-1 against Sheriffs. That was a lot more definitive from Derby that time round. Less close, not like that first set.
We've only got 8 minutes left in this half, with only 2 sets been played. So, a very, very slow sets. Both teams not wanting to force anything and more to take advantage of mistakes made from the...
A little bit of a dropped catch there, Ferris side. Nice little dodge there, like that Selby over there. Usually
Yeah, Selby's been a huge part of the live stream team so far, both as an operator and as a commentator. It's been wonderful to have so many different members of the community helping out with the live streams. Dodgeball is a growing sport, so it's nice to have the volunteers help support its growth.
It's also good to see a player moved up from their second team. Normally Selby is on Derby 2, so it's good to see her playing in a promoted spot today. Make a bit of an impact and prove that she's worthy of that spot. Time pause. Not quite sure why. I think some debate over a block, maybe?
Phantom's going to be in possession with 4 balls here. Interesting if they try and throw through the block or just go press above ball. Try and go through the block and it doesn't work. Both balls heading over Lauren Hemsley. Phantom's now with the majority. Sorry, Sheriffs.
Nice block there. Oh,
No.
not quite a block.
just here. Takes it in Jess.
Yep. Nothing just goes off there. Nice dodge there from Jen Allen. It's not a dodge. I need to stop calling things. I think my eyesight's gone. Another draw. Nice, gentle, nothing much between these two teams at the moment. Both quite willing to play nice, slow games. Interesting to see if either team chooses to change that at half-time. This will likely be the last set, I imagine, if it's going at the same pace the last few ones have gone.
Yeah, with about 4.5 minutes left,
Oh,
so
4.5.
I imagine it's going to be one full set and then another short set after
exactly.
that.
Right, that's what I meant.
No, yeah, no. Cap Thomas deciding to go aggressive, trying to pick up the pace there.
Yeah.
So Kes trying to just picking up that catch in the middle on the back set. Ooh! Sam Mason's confident in his call that it's a hit. Lauren Holmes will take it. She shakes her head. She's not happy with it.
Definitely blocked the ball whether she blocked it into her own feet, I think is the question there.
England veteran Brian Neely sat next to me. Definitely a hit. Another block straight onto the.
Great single ball throw there.
Yeah, really good hit there. Sheriffs, even though they're with 2 players down, they're not trying to rush it. They know they've got plenty of time left. They're going to use it. Very nice and safe, throwing through the block of Jen Allen. Sheriff's clearly not wanting 3 balls, looking for running counters instead.
They go for that running counter and do manage to get a hit off it, so fair enough that they're backing themselves on the running counters and going for that as their strategy for
Yeah,
winning.
it's clearly working.
Managing to even it out 3v3.
Not long left, just under a minute. About 45 seconds.
Bears have majority of balls, so go.
Oh!
That's
Nasty little fall from
unfortunate.
Jen Allen there.
Time will be
Time will
stopped
be
there.
paused.
Looks like her glasses cross court.
You never want to see things like that.
No, that looks bad. Like she twisted over her own leg. That's not good.
She is sat up though. I can see her laughing with the Sheriff's players, so it's nice that she is conscious. She is all right, largely, hopefully.
Got her glasses back as well.
Yeah, she seems good. A bit of a shock. She probably best to injury sub her just in case.
Yeah,
just give her a set or 2. Make sure there isn't anything wrong with her.
Looks like a bit of a limp on her leg there.
Yeah, pain might be kicking in a little bit.
It did look as if she twisted it as she was falling.
And it was a heavy fall in
And it
that
was
as
a
well.
heavy fall.
So, England manager Jen Allen there. We hope you're okay.
Looks like some kind of discussion happening with Sheriffs. Unsure what's going on there.
An update on Court 1. London Storm's first team are playing against Bedford Rangers, and it's currently 8-2 in favour of Storm. That Storm team have a lot of new players this season, so it's nice to see them coming together. Cohesion is pretty good, and they use that in their advantage. But back to Court 2, I think the refs are currently just discussing whether or not Jen line faulted as she fell over. It looked from here like a hair might have gone over the line, which technically does count. But if not, they will probably look to injury someone. They have brought April on in her place, so clearly it's an injury sub, and they've deemed no line fault.
Yeah, seems like it. 35 seconds remaining.
Safe throws from all players there.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to force players into fishing for something. Oh, another fall there. Maybe it's a little bit slippy on the court. Firstly, also limping now.
It is one of the weirder problems with playing at the end of the day is that There tends to be a bit of build-up on court.
Oh, a great hit there, though. And that will win them the set. Derby Phantoms now up 6-2. With just over a minute left in this half. It will be a short set. I can't see it ending before time, seeing as none of the sets have.
Paris win that third ball. Very important. That's
I imagine they'll only release one, though. Too soon now to give four balls away. Oh, it's a double hit. All deflects into the back of Brie Darcy.
yeah.
Really unfortunate. This would be just what shows need to decrease that deficit just to 6-4 at the end of this first half. A bit block from Lauren Hems. About 30 seconds remaining. Kath Thomas throwing nice and safe from the left wing there. Nottingham know that Derby can catch. Not long left now. Phantoms really need to go for something. They're surrounding the ball. They're going to look for a catch. But they don't take one.
Yeah,
And I imagine that is about to be time.
So it does look as if they managed to
And that's time. Set
almost
will go
manage
to
to
Sheriffs.
even it there, yeah.
Almost a little messy at the end.
Yeah.
But Sheriffs do hold on to the lead in that set. And we will go into half time at 6-4 in favour of Phantoms. Like, I can't go.
In the meantime, while half time's on this court, updates from the other courts. Court 1 versus Rangers is 8.
I think it's still 8-2.
8-2 still.
Yeah, they've
to
only just
Storm.
started their second half.
Yeah. Court 3, which is men's league. Nighthawks against Raptors.
It's 11-1.
To Raptors.
I'm going to assume in favour of Raptors, yeah.
The far court over there is that's a nice little London derby there. Crocodiles against London Saints. That's looks like 4v6, I think. To Saints. Yeah, Saints.
6-4 in favour of Saints. We are about to start the second half now.
Yeah.
What do you think? Obviously, we're only one set divides the two teams right now.
Yeah.
With Sheriffs taking that short set at the end of that first half. But what do you think? Who do you think's overall playing better? Who do you think needs to change something up?
I think Derby have looked stronger team a lot of the time. I feel like Sheriffs sets there, both of them were won by a player each, I think, each one, whereas Derby, or rather it's two draws and a win. Derby, on the other hand, very definitively won at least one of those sets. So, if they can find that gear again, if they can find that energy, they might be able to win it back. They're already ahead. They've also got the advantage of the wall, which isn't a massive game changer, but it's not insignificant either.
No, you do. The odd ball does
get
come
possession.
by.
Yeah. So it does
And we're
allow
off
you
for
to
the
be
second half.
a little bit more aggressive seeing as Sheriffs didn't really use that in their first half, it'd be interesting to see a Phantom just sort of up the aggression a bit now that they've got the wall and advantage of a set.
Great little lateral dodge there from Sylvie.
Yeah, definitely seems like there's a wet patch on court there, because that's the same bit that
Both
Jen
Jen
Allen.
and Kirsty slipped on.
Yeah. Great counter there from Darby against Meg Rose. Ferrari gets her out there. There's 2 players down, but they've got possession. And they managed to get 1 player out, even out, but Monique goes out in revenge. So Darby managed to get a player out after losing a player and keep their 2-player advantage.
Yeah, this started the second half a little bit quicker than the first. Phantom's already taking 3 of the Sheriff's players out in just a minute. The nice little attempt to earn aces there. April O'Brien perfectly blocks the balls and manages to survive, giving her team possession of 4 balls. And there is a line fault call there. Fortunate. Sheriffs go aggressive, 2-ball attack.
Oh, and get Hems out
But
on the
Phantoms
knee.
return with one of their own, and they do connect. And I've dropped my bottle.
Just Emily Walker now against 5 Phantoms. Let's see if she can do anything.
And they're looking to end it quick.
Yeah.
Wanting to get some sets on the board. Climb up that ladder on the lead a little bit quicker.
She is a catcher, so they'll... Ooh. That being said, it looked like she slipped a bit as well.
Again, around the same part.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a wet patch back there and a wet patch in the middle of court as well. It's a wet pitch. So that brings the score up to 8-4 for Phantoms, and that was quite a definitive win that time round. 5 players still left on the Phantom side.
Yeah, much quicker than that first half. Phantom's bringing the energy this time. Deciding, you know what, if Sheriffs can't keep up, then oh well, you know, we're not going to slow down for you. We're going to push through you.
I think that's the trick. They must have noticed that the set that they won in that first half that was very definitively won was the one where they went faster. Whereas Sheriffs are quite happy to keep it on a slow gear and don't really like a faster game. So they'll be a very good team at adapting to play a different style based on the team in front of them instead of having a house style, as it were.
Yeah, really trying to force them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Emily Walker hit out on the single there. I imagine she'll be a little bit disappointed with herself. Big hit there from April O'Brien.
That was a very, very solid throw against the shoulder. Possible to catch at shoulder height.
Sit down, please.
And again, Phantoms are up pretty definitively. 6 players to Sheriff's 2s.
Yeah, whatever Derby have said at half time has clearly worked. They've kicked it up a gear here, and Sheriffs right now is struggling to keep up. And that's another set.
That rounds it out. It definitely seems to be connecting their single ball throws a lot more often. I don't know.
She was caught out. I don't think Sheriffs are quite caught on yet. Timeout from Sheriffs.
Yeah. Derby seems to be getting those single hits a lot more often, which to me would indicate that they've been told to not throw so defensively anymore. You know, those players are all players that could have been hitting those singles in the first half, but maybe wanted to just play a bit safer, a bit slower, and now they've been given the green light and they're just hitting left, right, and centre.
Yeah, Simon Tapping, the coach there, you know, often very, really trust the ability of his players. He's confident in them, so he's like, you know what, you're better than them. Throw through them. And I think that little confidence boost, little energy at the start, really working, and they're probably going to drive this momentum through.
Yeah, lots of smiles there on the Derby circle. Can't see the Sheriff circle, but I can't imagine it's quite as cheery.
No, not quite. Of course, we are coming towards the end of this timeout. Just going to remind you all to subscribe and hit the bell icon, turn on notifications, so that way you are notified of when we go live or we upload any future videos.
Still plenty of time in this half. Still very much mathematically possible for Sheriffs to pull this back, though they have to start really putting in a hustle now and actually winning sets. That team talk then probably to get them to find another gear and see if they can start winning sets back, because if they drop another 1 or even 2, it's probably out of reach for them. Stream's cut out for a second, but it will be back in a moment. Alex is just fixing it. But in the meantime, Derby have gone up with 3 balls, thrown 1 from Pez Tranter, which has missed. Ferris going to go with... They must have thrown a second ball somewhere. Oh, that's unfortunate. April Phillips throws a ball at Lauren Cooper, and it bounces off her onto Kath Thomas.
That's very embarrassing.
A double hit. I don't know if that was just as the stream came back in as well.
Very embarrassing. I've been spending all day reminding all the commentators and operators, make sure don't let the camera turn off. Very paranoid from the previous first 2 rounds. Here's me in charge of it, letting the camera turn off. Ryan Neal distracting me there, I blame him. Sorry about that, guys. Admittedly, I've already operated a few times this morning and it went fine.
Yeah,
but
and you got it back very quick.
Got back very quickly.
Players left on Phantom's side. No player's been hit out yet. Versus B on Sheriff's side. That's quite a big deficit to try and pull back. Oh, hit off Meg Rose, but caught by Hems.
Yeah, nice little rebound catch. Yeah. But aside from that, that's the first out that Nottingham have managed to get in this set.
Yeah. And
it's one of the few they've had in the entire half.
And that's Hems out.
Yeah, nice hit from Tranter. Fortunately, it kind of seems like whatever Nottingham has said in this timeout hasn't quite worked for them, at least not yet. Phantoms are going to run through that standing throw from Monique, and it's not going to work out very well for her. Oh, unfortunate. Yeah. Selby clipped on the foot there.
Kind of stepped into that ball there. Bit unlucky. Yeah, Sheriff's looking a little bit messier now. Wonder if they were told to risk things a bit more and, you know, just sort of go for it, since they didn't have anything else they could really do. And it looks as if that's causing a lot more mistakes to happen and might actually be making things worse for them. Phantoms are now actually able to finish up sets instead of just waiting for 3 minutes to close out. So that's quite a big difference from the first half.
Yeah, and realistically, Phantoms got a very big game coming up later this evening, playing against Leamington Spartans at 8 o'clock. Who came second place last season and are currently top of the table undefeated in this season. So, you know, having a game like this, which on paper should be, you know, quite a tough game, and, you know, Sheriffs haven't exactly, you know, been a rollover, at least in the first half. So this kind of game will be great for their morale boost, great for their energy as they look towards that game at 8 o'clock.
I imagine they'll be really happy with the way that they sort of adapted to this game and kind of read the...
A great catch from April O'Brien there, blocking that up off of the floor.
Incredible.
Sometimes I hate commentating. Purely because I end up paying more attention to all the good stuff everyone else does, and it reminds me I'm nowhere near. Well, I did make it on Dodge Highlights.
You did make it on Dodge Highlights. Several million views on Dodge Highlights.
Spartans going famous. Brian Neely made it onto ESPN until they got taken down for copyright. Pretty cool, yeah, pretty cool.
I liked how on your video there were people commenting underneath asking if it was American football.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't know what they think American football looks like,
Yeah,
but
no.
I don't remember it looking like this. Oh, fishes for a catch there.
I think she's already hit out there. She was already hit out. Catch was not secure. Emily Walker runs on and hopeful, but isn't going to get her wish. It is going to be the end of another set, going in favour of Derby Phantoms as they increase their lead, now 14-4.
Yeah, now pretty much mathematically impossible for them to Sheriffs to pull this back to win.
Yeah,
So
they
it'll
would
be-
basically have to end each set within a minute.
Yeah, which
and even then,
hasn't been happening.
And even then, you have to take into account 20 seconds, setting
Yeah.
the balls and getting restarted.
It'll be a matter of trying to not take too much of a beating now and just kind of keep a decent set difference for the
Damage
next
limitation.
few. Exactly, that's the phrase I was looking for. Damage limitation for Sheriffs. Not get too bad of a negative set difference and kind of maintain their spot on the table.
Aggressive double running counter doesn't connect onto Half Thomas there.
Derby yet again have managed to bring Sheriffs down to 3 players without losing a single on their side. Definitely got control of the match now.
Yeah, the second half has been absolutely flawless from Derby Phantoms. Barely losing any players. One just to an unfortunate rebound catch. Playing this game absolutely full control.
Ooh, great hit from Emily Walker there on Selby.
Once ex and now current Sheriffs player again. Emily Walker last in.
Yet again.
Can she pull off a catch? She's going to go for a block.
I think at this point, a block's enough. If she can just stay alive for 50 seconds, that'll be good enough. But she can catch.
But no, ball's in possession now.
She's
ball is
looking
gonna
for the
bounce.
catch.
She's looking for it again.
That is some of the most fishiest fishing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Valiant attempt though.
Yeah.
It looks like the game on court 1 has just ended. Try and get a score update for you from the London Storm Bedford Rangers game.
15-7 to Storm in the end.
Yeah. Obviously, we haven't seen it. We'll have to, hopefully someone's filmed it. We'll have a watch back. But overall, relatively comfortable win for them.
Yeah. The Saints Crocodiles match has also ended 12-8 Saints, it looks like. Good attempt at a pre-throw there, but it didn't quite hit its target, whereas Derby did manage to find their target very easily there with Monique Rich. Perfect precision from their balls there.
Yeah, another thing I think Panthers are doing really well I'll say so far in this game, across this game, as we head towards the end of it, is the delayed throws. Throwing the first maybe 2 balls, 1-2 balls, drawing out that dodge from Sheriffs, and then that final ball coming in and as they've already, at the end of their dodge. Oh, great catch from Emily Walker! But she might have blindfolded first.
I think her feet were on the ground before she caught it. That's so unfortunate. That was such a wonderful catch, I thought. Little clap there from Kez.
In this brief little intermission, so there's been a lot of new kits that are slowly appearing throughout the season. So, just overall, not just the new, but the old and the current as well, who do you think has the best kit across the English National League?
I'm really partial to the Rangers kit. I really like the Rangers kit. I do also quite like the Sheriff's kit, but I'm not a massive fan of the neckline on it, to be honest. But the Rangers kit, I would say, is probably my favourite across National Leagues at the moment. I also really like the Bovines kit, which I know is a bit of a Marmite one, but I think it's just such a fantastic one. I think if you're going to call yourself Bovines, you really do need to lean into that name, don't you? What's your favourite kit?
I think the Rangers one is quite nice. It's nice and sleek. I love the blue on the Valkyries kit. It's quite a nice little design. Then, obviously, partial to the Spartans kit.
Obviously. Classic. Bit plain, some would argue, but classic.
A little plain, to be honest, but
Little
you know,
plain.
there's beauty in simplicity.
Yeah, no, there definitely is.
I think this should just be a final 1 minute set, unless we have caused a huge error on the timers. Let's see if Sheriffs can get their first points of the second half. It's been a bit of a rough 15 minutes for them. Derby Phantoms not letting off the gas at all as they take out Rich heads to the outbox.
Yeah, they just look a bit deflated, don't they?
Yeah, I think it happens sometimes, you know, you have a timeout, problem, you have half time, problem. It can be very demoralising, especially, you know, when we're quite late in, you know, into this evening now, you're probably a bit tired. It's hard to keep that energy there. Whereas when you're winning and you've got that momentum, it's easy to keep going.
Yeah, I think it kind of feels as if you've run out of options quite early on there after that half time and the timeout didn't work. And what more were they meant to do? Was there anything they could actually have done that could have led them to win this match, or were they just outmatched?
Unfortunately, we will have our answer, and I think a little bit outmatched today.
Yeah, I think that whistle was right before Jakari got hit, so...
Final score will be 20-4 in favour of Derby Phantoms. Absolutely perfect second half from them. Credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, they'll be really happy with that heading into their second game against Leamington Spartans at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I think Sheriffs will look at that and go, you know, they played really well in that first half, and they know that they can play a good, slow game, but then how are they meant to react when someone adapts to that? I think they don't really have a game plan in place for what to do when someone adapts and picks up the pace a bit, and they just kind of floundered a bit in that second half. So a lot for Sheriffs to take away from that, but honestly, that first half was really good for them. I think they'll still be quite proud of that. But massive kudos to both teams. Really good game, despite how one-sided it was maybe in the second half.
But now, as you can see, Stafford Raptors and East Anglia Valkyries are beginning to warm up for their game, and we'll be back just in a few minutes for coverage of that fixture.
What an intro.
Try it again. Stafford Raptors against Valkyries.
Yeah, Valkyries looking pretty strong in their earlier game, taking Storm 2 apart fairly comfortably.
So Raptors get the first hit there.
Yeah, Alex Lancaster punishing perhaps Koenig, not Cat Horner now these days.
I'm so bad at remembering some of the adjusted names, especially when the shirts still have their maiden names on the back. I'm definitely getting some names wrong.
Commentators got better Rangers earlier when half of them were wearing Rich Stone Street's various shirts. Was a bit of a challenge. Yeah, it's post open. Steph White in the middle takes out Rebecca Bartol. 4 balls now in the hand of Raptors.
Yeah, Raptors going up early, even though I think we both would have said that Valkyrie, the favourites going into this. Quite a margin.
Yeah, early doors. Still only a 1-catch game, and there's plenty of good catches left on this court, at least on the Valkyrie side. Case in point, Emily Nichols takes a fetus catch off Alex Lancaster. 5 apiece now.
Evens it out.
I feel like this might be quite a cagey affair. Good hit from Steph White going through the block. Yeah, it might be quite a cagey affair. Both teams blessed with very, very strong catches across their entire roster.
Yeah, 2 quite unpredictable teams as well. I think Valkyries have been a touch and go both seasons, this one and last, and Raptors have been a little bit inconsistent, but very good when they do manage to find their groove. It'll be interesting to see who gets into the game first and who actually manages to stay in it.
Yeah, Raptors being a bit lazy with ball possession, gives them 4 balls away. Then the 2-ball attack takes out Toby Bateman. That said, Raptors now 4 in hand. And similar outcome. 2-ball release. Takes out an empty target.
Yep.
No chance of the counter from Nichols.
Good dodge there.
Yeah, nice lateral dodges from Holly Edmonds. It's both teams happy to engage in these multiple ball volleys. We've seen quite a few games already where it's teams very wary of giving away possession to the opposing team. So as such, it often results in a single ball exchange, trying to throw away the 3rd ball a lot of the time. Yeah, been a lot of trusting in the group throwing to try and secure the early hits. Raptors 1 player up at the moment.
Yeah, I think you're right. Both teams very comfortable giving away possession of 4 balls or even 5 balls like Valkyrie did a minute ago.
And once again, I think
Is that 5 balls again? Yeah.
Yeah, play ball called, not long left in the set. And Raptors take it.
An interesting start.
The Raptors doing well to just their throwing economy was a lot better than Valkyries in that game. Just a lot of Emily Nichols taking the only catch of that set, I believe. Raptors just doing well with their set plays to eliminate Valkyries faster than they did, ending it 1 player up.
Yeah, to me it did kind of seem like the difference was that Stafford are just better at dodging than Valkyries have been so far. Valkyries are a little bit heavy in their feet for now. So that meant, when Valkyries go up with 4 balls, Stafford was still coming out of it with all their players left intact, whereas Valkyries are getting hit on group throws like they just did there.
Yeah, I don't think Raptors have missed a 2-ball attack yet. I think every 2-ball attack they've thrown has resulted in a hit from... Good block from Manon Dixon in the middle. Emily Nichols trying to catch her off guard. He's equal to it.
Again, happy to give away possession there at the 4th. That's a great catch there.
Yeah, catching out.
Catching out.
One of the top 2 dodgeball podcasts on the circuit.
I wasn't going to say it. I was just going to say catching out.
Are you going to say top 3?
Imply it.
Single from Bateman, trying to shut down the counts from Lisa McMaster.
Play 2 is called.
Yeah,
Different targets there. Not sure that was deliberate.
Yeah, I think they'd already made a call to release a single and then play forward ball.
Yeah.
Actually ended up being not a poor result from Raptors in the end. Throwing 2 single balls at separate targets.
Alex Lancaster
yeah, Lisa McMaster takes out Alex Lancaster.
Definitely found the catching hands, Lisa.
And takes out David Bateman to boot. Very strong period this from Valkyries. Really asserting themselves on the game a bit more. Good laterals again from Holly Edmonds.
Yeah, really good
very
dodging.
elusive. Again, we see 4 balls in the hands of Valkyries.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah,
it was that.
It was the right play from Edmonds. The ball that she went for was the first one to arrive. She secured it, then it was definitely going to be a catch and out rather than a hit first.
Yeah. I think that was kudos to Valkyrie's placement there, that the first ball that arrived at...
yeah, it's a really strong group throw after critiquing it earlier on in the first set. They've really dialed it in the last set.
They can hear us from all the way over there. That brings it up to 2-2.
Yeah, Valkyrie's electing to not send a runner for that middle ball. Yeah, basically Raptors can engage in the quick start if they wish. Alex Lancaster pinging off one towards their left wing.
Plenty of counter throws there going on.
Yeah,
but no hits.
Bit of a change in approach from Valkyries, electing to, particularly early on in the set, selecting to go a lot more for single ball releases. Yeah, 2 double counters, same time, different targets. Actually not the best execution of counters demonstrated. Still 6 apiece. Brilliant free throw, takes out Steph White. Yeah, Holly Edmonds not quite there to punish as a result.
Raptors throws there not coming in at the same time, giving her a chance to block both. That was a bounce. She's definitely saying it was a bounce, but it didn't.
To be fair, I think there was some refs that
yeah, it's a good hit when,
superb snipe.
When the player smiles as they walk off.
On the back of the heel, brilliant from Emily Nichols.
Oh, yeah. Well done to Bateman there, man. Yeah, ricochet shot.
Yeah, really throwing caution to the wind by just trying to force the ball at the throw from Emily Nichols to ricochet back onto her. results in the most unlikely of trades. That said, giving away 5 balls, split call, 2 targets, 2 balls on each, job done.
Nice little thumbs up from both.
Valkyries looking to accelerate a bit more now.
Yeah, no, Valkyries definitely seem to find their feet a bit in this game now. A bit more definitively on Valkyries' side.
Still 1 set in it, still only 4-2. That was very nice.
Yeah, that was a good catch.
Yeah, Edmonds realised that they had the pretty quick start. The balls in from Valkyries were a little slow, but yeah, McMaster as she was up taking pressure. So maybe Valkyries decided they back catching the balls to be a better method of getting Raptors out than trying to hit them in the more conventional method. Two players elected to drop their balls to make catches so far this set.
To be fair, an incredibly catchy team, Valkyries. Very, very good set of catches on that squad.
Dixon takes a risk on that release. Uses herself a sitting duck to Curly's running counter.
Yeah, it looks like she was dithering a tiny bit over whether or not to throw that ball.
I mean, I wouldn't want to throw at Emily Nichols at this point, even from that range.
I think having seen 2 of your teammates go out in very quick succession to catches, I think you might be a bit more about throwing singles across the frame.
As a trade that benefits Valkyries a lot more than it does Raptors, going from 6-3 to now 5-2. And not only that, 5 balls in the hands of Valkyries. This hasn't worked out brilliantly for Raptors.
Yeah, Raptors pairing off to try and see if they can get a catch.
Good tracking. Good. Alex likes to make herself as small as she possibly can, but a few of the balls finding their mark. Debbie Bateman, the lone remaining Raptor, with 4 balls in hand.
1v5. It's a good jump.
Yeah, Koenig potentially a little impatient there. Could have waited to have 2 balls in hand and wait for a double running counter opportunity.
Yeah, Bateman can catch, so a bit of a risky move to throw a single at this stage in the game against Bateman.
Yeah, it's a fairly long time to wait out a set as well.
There you go.
Nice timing on those counters. Yeah, you can tell that Bateman was looking to try and take Koenig's. The straighter counter is often the one that arrives first because that's to travel the less distance. But Koenig doing very well to put it slightly outside her body, leaving her open for Master on. Nicely finished by Valkyries.
Yeah, really, really clinical play from Valkyries at the moment. Like you said, they've clearly remembered that they can catch and that they've got that. They can just go for those catches and bin off a couple key players on Stafford's side early on. Being said, down to 5 players.
I'm not sure if it was the line. The quick start from Lancaster again, I don't think found its mark. I don't know whether she tried dodging it and went out of the back of court, but Raptors won't care one bit. They're up in this set. Koenig doing well to assert territory.
Great
Very
catch.
nice. Couldn't work out from this angle whether it's stuck or not.
We both stayed very quiet there for a second to work out if it dropped to the ground or not.
Nicely done from Debbie Bateman. That wasn't a bad counter from Koenig. It was put very, very low.
That's what I was saying
Bateman equal
before.
to it.
You need to be careful with those singles against someone like Bateman who can actually just pick them off, and there she did it.
Raptors find themselves with 2 players advantage. Some they haven't had the luck. Nice counter.
3-player advantage.
Bartov not quite being able to make the block from Lancaster's cross court. It's hard as a right-hander to be able to block balls that are coming from from your left side as you see it. Just because you got to rotate the ball around your body, and she's not quite able to do it. Alex Baines taking out Alex Lancaster. Raptors.
About a minute left in this set now.
Balanced attempts from Raptors. Yeah, good pre-throws from Valkyries, disrupting the rhythm of the group throwing of Raptors. Results actually in balanced attempts from late releaser.
Only 1 player up now and 40 seconds left. I think Valkyries could try and get a catch or try and just sort of get a throw in there. They've got plenty of time to do something.
Yeah, Raptors doing well in putting those throws very nice and safe. Safe and balanced a lot of the time. If no hits are made, then they win this set. That's why they won't play ball a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Edmonds does very well to dodge those free
10
throws.
seconds, that was probably the last.
Emily Nichols had to. Yeah, they had to start making magic happen. She couldn't afford to hang around for the ball retriever. Debbie Bateman does well to
I was going to say,
take the opportunity when she's not looking. Raptors bring it back to 1 set deficit, 6-4.
that was really good for Bateman to get that hit in because it gave them a bit more breathing room. They no longer needed to keep every single one of those Stafford players alive.
And it forced Valkyries to do even more frenetic stuff to try and recompense the player differential. Again, an uncontested middle ball leads to Lancaster trying to throw through the block of Kat Koenig, but not quite managing it.
I think this should be a minute set, this one. Find out.
2 hits, yeah.
2 hits, sounds like.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate.
through a crowd of bodies, just deflecting off a couple of players.
Yeah.
Big early advantage this for Valkyries and what is a short set.
I was gonna say, you really wouldn't want to have a double hit in a short set like that. It really puts you at disadvantage.
Especially when you're a player down. Huge uphill task for Valkyries. Good safe throw from Emily Nichols. Oops. Yeah, bounce. Yeah, Edmund's setting for the catch from Koenig. Koenig just doing well to splash it just in front of her.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
That wraps up the first half. That'll be 8-4 at half-time to Valkyries.
Yeah, important. It changes the complexion of the game a lot when Valkyries winning that set. Even a tie or Raptors winning the set. You've got them to stand a really good chance in the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raptors will feel a bit hard done by with a double hit in that minute set. Really, not making the winning it a viability. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think they'll feel a bit hard done by with the double hit, but at least there were other hits made against them in that same set, so that it wasn't a deciding factor necessarily, though it's not a great way to start off a minute set. Tricky one for them. Their 2 sets that they've won so far have been winning by a player or 2, I think, Stafford, whereas Valkyries have had a couple definitive, quite hefty wins. While it is only 2 sets between them, it does feel like Valkyries have even more of an upper hand in that regard, that they're winning a bit more comfortably when they do win.
Yeah, this first set first set or 2 after half time is quite big. I think if Raptors win, Raptors probably need to win either of the next 2 sets to stand a chance of coming back in the game. I think that if Valkyries win the first 2 and go up 12-4, then it's going to be a really tough mountain to climb, especially when Valkyries are blessed so well with really intelligent players in terms of managing the time and limiting the opportunities the Raptors get them out. Whether it's by throwing safe to not get catching opportunities, which is something we've seen both teams do, particularly late game. Also, whether they elect to throw more single balls or elect to wait to play ball a bit more, or whether they throw more at ball holders rather than empty targets, due to try and stifle as much as they can. Raptors need to get a bit of a foothold in the early part of the second half to still be part of this game, I reckon.
Yeah, I reckon if they don't win a set early on, not necessarily the first set, but one of the first 3 sets or so, I reckon they'll feel it slip out of their hands and start panicking.
Very nice catch, Lindsay Wildman. Yeah, Raptors again electing for that quick start. Going for the quick start, and then Emily Nichols tries to punish, and then makes the catch from Lindsay Wildman.
Sorry that the screen isn't quite right. We have been abandoned by our tech.
Yeah, Zoe's doing an admirable job here of commentating and also trying to fix the stream.
I have never used this stream stuff before. I'm trying to read the screen and work it out based on what I'm seeing. So I am aware that the half clock hasn't started, but at least you've got a set clock, so be grateful for that. Yeah, Valkyrie's going down though. That's quite an impressive thing. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
No, neither was I. I was trying to look over your shoulder and see if I could make head or tail of the operating system.
I've done so well when we weren't paying attention. I'm so sorry.
Maybe that's Raptors' blessing. The moment we're not watching, then all of a sudden they can make some magic happen. Well, we said Raptors needed to make a statement early on in this half. They're well on their way to doing that. 3 plays up and 4 balls in hand. 2 balls not quite finding McMaster. I think it's been a sub on the Valkyries roster. I think it's Katie Suffolk is in for Rebecca Bartol. Very nice Alex Baines taking out Alex Lancaster on that wing.
Yeah.
But an interesting battle between Lancaster and initially Koenig and now Baines on that wing. Baines seems to have had the upper hand in the last couple of sets. No less so with that catch. Raptors still up in the set though, 5-on-4.
Yeah, Alex Lancaster's a pretty formidable player. if you let her be a formidable player. But
Yeah.
if you can catch her out, then that's actually, that's a big player to get out. Suddenly remove one of their fast wingers, and it sort of slows down Stafford's game quite significantly.
Good 2-ball attack.
Valkyrie's doing really well to get back into this set, bring it down to 3v4.
Yeah, Raptors throwing in a fake to try and disrupt the rhythm of the Valkyries countering. Yeah, neither of them buying it, and then they put themselves on play ball. Nichols takes the opportunity to take out Lindsay Wildman in the center.
That brings it down to 3v3 when it was 3v6.
It was 3v, yeah. It's safe single from Steph White. Brilliant shot from Debbie Bateman. Last save fair from number 74 on the left side.
Not be many seconds left.
Nice catch, Ollie Edmonds.
That might be the winning catch.
Well, they had a 3-player deficit earlier in the set.
Whistle's about to be blown.
Good clutching up from Stafford Raptors. Good clutching up. They would have been a real sickener to have lost that set all of a sudden. Never fear, listeners. Tech support is here. Yeah, first set of the half going to Stafford Raptors. 6-8 now. Koenig takes about 3 or 4 bites to secure that catch, but secure it she does. Lancaster makes her way to the outbox early doors again. Raptors not quite connecting on the multiple attacks like they were earlier in the set, or earlier in the half, sorry.
Yeah, they look a little bit frazzled, to be honest. It sort of seems a bit messier on their side now. I also wonder how much that lack of possession now might be impacting them. They haven't really had 4 balls, 5 balls like Valkyries were giving them in the first half.
Yeah, Valkyries have definitely been both teams, particularly Valkyries, have been a lot smarter in terms of how often they're throwing the balls away and how many. Yeah, Wildman put herself in a bit of a tricky situation there. She's looking to catch the free throw. Free throw doesn't come at her. Technically not an attempt if it doesn't cross the halfway line. So Lindsay Wildman's throwing it into her teammate to retain the possession. One of the most effective fakes I think I've ever seen. So there you go.
Innovative form making. That was a great little ping against her knee.
Yeah, nice clever throwing from Raptors. One high, one low. Yeah, draws the block at the high ball and leaves the rest of her body available for the angled ball to come in and secure the hit.
Almost an aces, but aces assuming that the person jumps.
Yeah, 2 more counters from Koenig and Suffolk, not quite connected on Debbie Bateman. But a very strong catch in the middle, takes out Wildman. Bateman survives the multiple attack. Raptors now with 4 balls in hand, 3 balls in hand, and on throws away 1.
3 balls for Raptors, 2 balls.
Nice injection of pace from Manon Dixon. Takes out Emily Nichols.
Yeah, it does kind of feel as if Raptors really just want 2 balls. Desperately trying to get rid of that.
Yeah, get rid of 3 balls at all costs.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there's an argument for having the 3 balls being a liability more so than an asset, particularly when there's only 2 players in court.
Fantastic little snipe there from Manon.
I'm not sure if that was a coordinated effort, but Debbie Bateman throwing the grenade lob at the ball holder, distracting everyone so that Manon could then come in and take out someone else. Was, some real innovation being shown by the Raptors guys. A slightly more conventional dodgeball from Valkyries, securing that hit on Debbie Bateman.
Good honesty from Bateman there to say that it clipped her hand.
Yeah, I don't think any refs would have called her out. I don't think anyone would have risked her being in.
but good honesty to be seen. 6-10 now on the scoreboard. Yeah, like similar to the first half. Similar to the first half, Valkyries winning the set fairly convincingly, like fully eliminating Stafford. The set the Stafford won was one that was a lot more tit for tat all the way to the end. The Raptors just winning out for 3 minutes. Yeah, Nichols thinking about looking for that catch from Lancaster, decides against it. Probably a wise decision. Would have been a bit of a fishy effort to try and take it. And with 6 players on court, catches are even less valuable this time around.
But they have done very well to keep her out of this game so far, so I wonder if they might be thinking that it's a good tactic to keep running with.
A really tough player to keep quiet, certainly. Yeah, they've really made a mark on her now.
Yeah. That'll be getting in her head quite a lot, I reckon.
As it would anyone's, like it's you know, especially as a winger who's you know, probably the more mobile threat than Bateman or White on the other wings. Really nice punish from Koenig, takes up David Bateman on the ankles. Yeah, Valkyries doing well in the surviving aspects so far. Raptors group throwing has deserted a little bit.
Sort of feels as if they're going with singles a lot more than group throws now. To me, isn't necessarily something I see as being deliberate from them. It more seems like they're losing their heads a bit, going for something a bit more chaotic. Feel the game slipping away from them a bit, so they're getting lured into maybe not playing quite as smart and structured as they were before.
That's a brilliant hit from Emily Nichols. Takes out Steph White.
Yeah. A great catch there.
So one exchange too many from Lisa McMaster. Yeah, Lindsay Wildman takes the catch, and they have 4 balls in hand. Kat Koenig doesn't let her rest though. Takes out the winger. Takes out Lindsay Wildman. Sorry. Again, Raptors not making their mark with their multiple attacks. I think they released 3 at Nichols and wasn't really troubled.
That is also 2 players, if I'm not mistaken, that have been hit out on Raptors' side in this game, not this set, by not really paying attention to what's happening in front of them when they're making a call.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of lethargy, a little bit of tiredness. A few of them, like this, their second game of the day. I don't think they've had many subs, but not a hint of any lethargy from Alex Lancaster.
I was going to say,
bounding around the court, they're going straight into a running counter to boot. Oh, that was worth going for, I think, from Lancaster. Koenig was there on top of her. I think she had her dead to rights. I feel like and if it's a single ball and it comes in the right place.
Yeah, I think that was
timeout call from Raptors.
That was
and that's probably couldn't have let us set another set go before calling that. So fairly well timed from their perspective.
Yeah, I think that was just an incredibly well placed ball by Koenig there to just get her on the back of her leg instead of trying to aim towards the box.
Yeah, when a player is properly squatted down on their knees like that, then there's an awful lot of catchable area to throw them at. Your other alternatives are throwing at their heads, which nobody really wants to see, less of all the refs. But yeah, Koenig finding like the outside of her knee pads, would do very well to secure a catch from there.
Yeah, say that there's sort of catchable area, but it depends how sort of anchored that catcher is. If they've sort of hit the ground quite hard, then you can do what Koenig did there, is sort of move out a tiny bit instead of going straight for them. Just get a little bit of a wider angle and hit them on the leg, and that immediately neutralizes the threat of catching.
Yeah, incredibly fine margins either way.
Yeah, really well read.
It's those tiny details, I think, that Valkyries are just ousting Raptors in an awful lot at the moment. Their group throwing timing has just been a bit more potent, just a bit more accurate, a bit more better timing. Yeah, Raptors needs. Well, Valkyries are now in the point where if they've got about 5 minutes left of the clock, if they last both sets to time, then even if they lose both sets and they still win the game, it's now very incumbent on Raptors to inject an awful lot of pace in the game. another uncontested middle from Valkyries. And no quick start from Raptors.
Quite interesting that they're choosing not to go for that. I wonder if they just conserve energy maybe at this point, know that they don't need that ball, they don't necessarily want to convert anything out of it, so might as well just sort of give it over to Raptors and see if they can get a catch off of it. They are a good team, they can do that off a 3-ball throw.
They've done fairly well in terms of punishing normally either Lancaster or Edmonds on the quick start, because the middle ball is back so much faster than the two uncontested balls, means that it's the cover isn't really there. Yeah, pre-throw taken out Steph White. We see again Raptors failing to convert on their multiple ball releases. Starting to cost them a little here in this game. Valkyries have been a bit erratic in terms of throwing away a lot of free throws. Koenig's really found her range so far in the second half.
Yeah,
She's
definitely
done very well in terms of picking off their left wing one by one.
And their right wing as well now.
Yeah, just for a bit of variety.
Want to get stuck in just one
No,
trick.
she's not a one-trick pony. That's heaven forbid. Yeah, Lancaster equal to it. Baines does well to survive the two balls again. Failing to convert on the hit. 4 balls now in the hand of Valkyries. Already releasing 3. Good free throw from Lancaster, takes out Bartov. I think she struggled to get in this game a little bit.
Yeah.
She took herself off early doors, which I think was a bad substitution. It's always hard coming into a game cold.
Yeah.
For any player of any quality in any league.
Yeah, that is one of the tricky things with any sport really, is if you sub yourself off because you're not having a good game and you then want to sub yourself back on later, you're now cold and also
cold and out of
had
form.
a good game.
It's not a brilliant mix.
A tricky one to pull back. Was that a catch?
Kat Koenig just dismantling Raptors pretty much single-handedly here.
A very, very impressive game from her.
No case of hero syndrome just yet. Not looking for that from Edmonds. Good counters again. Nice coordination from Baines and McMaster. Trying to look for the ankles of Lindsay Wildman on the far side.
As if she was already having a great match.
Tap the stats a little bit, not that she needs it.
I was gonna say, it feels a bit like a masterclass right now from Kat Koenig.
Another fairly comprehensive set win from Valkyries. It's been an interesting. It's been a very interesting the way the sets have panned out. Like it either seems the Valkyries seem to be absolutely running away with it, or the tight sets Raptors seem to have the edge quite a lot. A bit of an interesting dynamic.
Yeah. I think the scoreline doesn't necessarily reflect how close some of these frames have been. 15-6 to Valkyries at the moment. Quite a substantial lead.
Free throw from McMaster gives away 4 balls. Raptors elect to reset, and Rebecca Bartol takes the catch. Yeah, for the first time in what feels like a long time, they make a multiple attack hit on Alex Baines, and all their good work is immediately undone with a single Rebecca Bartol. Valkyries back up to 6.
Interesting comparing this to the match right before this between Sheriffs.
Phantoms.
Phantoms, thank you. I was commentating it, I can remember.
I was retrieving it.
Sheriffs and Phantoms, in the sense that that game as well, sort of one set between the two teams going into half-time. Very, very close in the first half, and then Phantoms just absolutely ran away with it.
Found another gear. You often find that's what separates the top from the bottom, the wheat from the chaff in this league. Well, in any league, really. Like, a lot of teams can do very well in terms of punching above their weight for a half. Being able to do that for 30 minutes is what really separates the top from the bottom in this league. Multiple attack, takes out Steph White. Counter from Koenig, finds his mark again, and Lindsay Wildman makes her way to the outbox.
Valkyrie's doing really, really well to get those revenge shots. Every time that a Valkyrie goes out, it feels like a Raptor goes out in the same play.
Yeah, case in point there, Baines takes out Edmonds, and Kat Koenig drops potentially the first one of the entire game with the last throw of that set. Hit from Manon Dixon. It's too little too late. Valkyries take that set as well. It's now 16 points to 6.
And that should be the end of the match. Yeah, very, very comprehensive win there from Valkyries. Definitely found a different gear in the second half and just sort of ran away with it. I think Raptors didn't really know how to adapt to that and sort of floundered a little bit, but had a really, really good bit of control in the first half that I think they can be quite proud of.
Yeah, they had some moments of magic. They certainly went toe-to-toe for Valkyries in a number of the sets. They whenever they kind of lived with them for the kind of early period of the set, that was when they were able to then like convert that into set points an awful lot of time. But Valkyries just posing too strong too often for them early on in sets. Yeah, very strong day at the office for Valkyries in general. Good luck for them today.
Next match on this court is going to be Derby Phantoms against
Leamington Spartans.
Very exciting
saving
match.
one of the best till last today.
Yeah. We'll be back shortly with that.
will definitely start yelling, and it will just get picked up.
Right, we're back with Spartans versus Phantoms. This time round, I'm joined with my third guest of the evening. I'm just thinking.
At least this is a special guest. It's a catching out
Special guest,
special.
catching out special match here. Yeah, all the matches are starting to blur for me. It is so late in the day. I thought this match has already happened.
You dreamt it already happened. In your dream 2-1.
Great quick start there from Phantom. They didn't quite manage to convert it.
Expecting a very interesting game today with two high-level candidates in the league. Is that fair to say, Zoe?
Both of them won their other matches today. Phantom's got off to a bit of a slow start in their other match, so it'll be interesting to see if they can actually start off with a decent tempo this time around. Still no hits on either side, some good dodging on both halves there. Phantom's going out with 3. And a hit on Amy Jones starts things off. First player out.
Expect to see a more game, or do you expect to see high pace?
I expect to see chaos. I won't lie. I think
Chaos really.
yeah, I think end of the day, Spartans like a quick, fast game. Phantoms are quite adaptable.
Oh, huge catch from Maddie Smith.
Yeah. Phantoms quite adaptable, so they can match Spartans in that style, or they can try and play a slightly different style. And I think, you know, when I've seen Phantoms do well against Spartans before, it's when they play something that's a bit more erratic, a bit harder to read, and it really just throws that coordination of Spartans off. It seems to be kind of their kryptonite last season. And replicating in this first set as well.
Interesting watching the Spartans game earlier on against Queen Bees, where they actually played a much more slower game. So I was intrigued to see if they're going to be doing it here in this game against Barbie Phantoms, who also kind of tend to play a bit slow.
Very good catch now from Becky there.
And the puns begin.
Every time it happens.
We will always say it with a big smile on our face.
Just Harry Bignell left now for Spartans against 5 Phantoms, but she's an incredibly good catcher, Harry Bignell is. So she'll be looking for that catch. Yeah. It flew back just a little bit too far for her. I think she was trying to jump, but that was quite a distance to try and vault there. Didn't quite manage to get it, and it hit their ball retriever, Matt Manns. She could get to it. First set to Phantoms.
We do apologise as the half-time timer is going to be a few minutes off.
Oh good, it was off last match as well. I think this is what happens when Alex lets us do things without teaching us.
The children in charge. At least the 3-minute timer will be accurate.
Hopefully we'll be able to hear the referees announce how much time is left in the half anyway. Relay that back when it's relevant.
Miscommunication. Dangerous position.
Quite unusual for Spartans to have a miscommunication like that.
Very good dodge. Ivan
Does love a good jump.
I tell you what Lucy really impressed me with in the previous match is her aggression up court to really disrupt any timing and discipline and any walk up from the Queen Bees. I expect to see some of that here today.
Yeah, Lucy's really, really fast up court, really strong thrower as well. Just all around terrifying. So yeah, again, couldn't quite get far enough back to grab that ball off the rebound there.
If anybody was going to reach it though.
Yeah. So say that was that felt like meters and meters away, and yet she was still almost fingertips away.
Brilliant from Bree to make herself as small as possible to watch the ball.
Yeah. No point in Phantoms looking for catches at the moment. They've got that 2-player advantage. Nice calm the game there.
Brilliant 1-for-1 trade in terms of Derby.
Two for one there. 2 Spartans went off and 1.
Becky Harper challenged with a tough job trying to back this set in a 4v1.
It's a bit of a messy moment there from Dom, kicking a ball up to the other court.
Becky going for the free throw and not going for the
Yeah. I think she thought that was going to hit the ground before it hit her, and so she didn't feel the need to dodge out the way. It did look as if it was going to curve down, but not quite. Just managed to clip her on the ankle.
Very good shot there from the
Good dodge there from Meg White, tipping her head down to stay alive.
Harper, you're getting the quick release off very well. They're just not able to make the hits.
Yeah.
Could make all the difference in this.
So that being said, you know, do they really need to make all the difference if they're already 2 sets up, and 2 quite convincing sets, I would say.
Take any advantage you can get again.
True.
Spartans come back from, I think, 10-2 down against Google last meet
Yeah.
to win the game. You know, never count them out.
Yeah, never get comfortable against Spartans. And that being said, Phantoms did beat them last season, so it is a team that's capable of beating Spartans.
You never know what kind of derby's going to turn up to the meet. Like, sometimes they're the most incredible team you'll ever go up against. Oh,
Is
that a catch?
Is that a catch?
It's a hit on Amy Jones anyway.
Yeah.
They're calling a hit on April.
I think even she wasn't sure what happened there.
I don't think anybody was. Not want to be a referee in that scenario.
No. Meg White making motions to catch, but not actually doing so, and somehow not actually getting hit either.
Impressive.
Impressive to see someone attempt to fish and not actually get hit.
That is a huge turnaround from Spartans in
That
this
is
set.
fantastic reactions there from Lisa Storch to actually, you know, neutralise Kez as a danger there, and Harry Bignell to get the catch as well. Really, really good set of players. And like you said, definitely changes the energy around. It feels like Spartans are now a lot more comfortable, 3 players up.
Don't want to get a Spartan.
No.
I'm more than happy to step up in the game if we let them.
Once they start getting catches, they don't really stop.
Oh, Harry Bignell was up to them.
Safe throw there from Derby. Not sure if it was intentional. 30 seconds left.
How'd you do that? Because I start the 3-minute timer again. Alex. I'll get better, I swear.
And a great hit there against Brie Darcy, who wasn't sure if that had hit her. Not quite sure what the confusion was for her.
Oh, good job. Dodge by Amy Jones there.
And that is Spartan's first set.
Critical dodge well.
Yeah.
That's how you can see out the set. You don't have to do anything special. Just slowly pick away at the other diving.
But you say you don't have to do anything special. It definitely did feel like the tide changed when they did a very special catch and hit on Pez. You've given up on the 3-minute timer.
I keep forgetting. I do apologize.
Welcome to the last match of the day where time is a construct and we don't need to start any timers.
Oh, a brilliant catch from
Fantastic
Lucy.
catch. And Spartans going with 5 balls. Yeah, definitely can feel a momentum change in the room right now. Well done.
Yeah, thanks. I'm remembering that technology works in certain ways.
Oh, great catch from Jen Allen, and a really good hit as well from Lucy there to pick her out.
So a 2-player advantage for Spartans.
Good time there as well to hit someone who's just made a catch. Sort of, you're kind of still in a daze, you're a little bit surprised that you've managed it, so you're not necessarily moving as fast as you should be. Jen was on the ground as well, which is easy to dodge.
Very professional. Playing it safe, making sure that a good catcher.
Block from Meg there. Nice clinical play now, needed to see it out.
Fantastic free throw from Kez.
Very, very good. Super accurate fastball there at her.
The timing was perfect as well.
Yeah.
No chance out of the way.
Yeah. Trying to do it again there against Harry Bignall, but I think the Spartans will be a little bit more switched on to the pre-throws, so same trick might not work twice in such quick succession. But she's still trying.
And a double hit to take the shot.
And that is 4-4.
Right. Half minute.
Roughly.
I think that is the guess.
Definitely a faster paced game than the last few ones that we've seen. We're seeing, you know, teams actually getting fully eliminated in the first half, whereas in the last 2 games, basically both teams would sort of wait out the clock. Kind of what we were saying at the start, that these are 2 teams that are happy to play a higher paced game. Spartans want to play a high paced clinical game, whereas Derby wants to play a high paced kind of chaotic, a little bit more frantic style of play.
Oh, a fantastic catch from Annalisa from Gintar. How do you pronounce her name?
Sorry? B.
J. Oh. Irishman with a they should hire original.
I do think we need to get a name pronunciation guide for the whole of league. There are lots of names I've definitely been saying wrong.
I don't absolutely butchered my name earlier on. I say Colin Malone.
Colin Malone.
Colin Malone, please. Next time. More clip this.
Really, really great running cast from G there to get Harry out while she was stranded on the floor. No protection, really.
Brilliant to Amy Jones. Spartans with 3 balls, no cover for Lucy as she stands up court. Fantastic throw from Amy. Oh, fantastic from Lucy. You would think there was only 10 seconds left. We're only halfway through the set. It's game-changing moments like that where Spartans just aren't afraid to be more aggressive compared to other teams and catch them off.
It's interesting as well if you looked at those last 3 throws.
Oh, what a catch in the block! I think
she
going to be a
was
discussion over the catch.
Well, I think it was Amy's ball that had been caught by Bree, which
I'm not actually 100%
I don't know what happened, to be honest. I was there. I saw it. I have no idea
I didn't really take it. I wasn't expecting that to play out that way.
No, that's.
But I think the discussion will be whether Amy caught before.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure.
Bree catch.
Yeah, that's the bit that I'm confused by.
Can't count balls.
If Amy was the one, oh sure. Yeah. I think that's how it's played out.
Okay, good.
Pretty stiff.
I'm glad the refs are paying attention.
More than us. It's the last game of the day. We've replayed our matches. The counter.
It's not an accurate timer anyway.
Oh, thanks.
Uncertain amount of time left. Certain amount of time left in the sets and a certain amount left in the half as well.
A lot of uncertainty on court. Yeah. Whoa. Big brain moment there. Who said I was slow? Darby with a
quite
4-ball
certainly
attack.
up. 3 players up.
For somebody that we've seen turn a 5v2 competition around Egg White repeatedly. Big stages.
And there she
Commentators
goes.
curse. There we go.
I feel like it's happened so much when you're in the middle of giving a compliment to a player, they just get hit out or caught out and feel like you should just stop saying things at a certain point.
Stop making predictions. It's never going to come true.
Becky Harper definitely keeping an eye out for a catch, but didn't necessarily throw safe enough there. Didn't have enough time to necessarily throw safe there either. Catch wouldn't have turned that set around completely. Hit and a catch. So very tricky to be in. 1v5 is quite hard to turn around at the best of times, and 30 seconds left is the best of times.
Absolutely. That's the...
Fine.
Oh yeah, true. Maybe it's balanced itself out. We'll find out very soon.
I didn't hear a short set be announced by the refs, but it might well have been.
Basically, don't trust
Halfway,
timers.
so it would have been. Yep. We didn't know how much.
We'll find out very soon how wrong I was.
Good hit there against Amy Jones. I think she was trying to pick out a catch there, but it did just go a little bit too low to get hands around it. I'll be quite happy to just play it safe there, Kez avoiding going for a catch. Jed Allen not avoiding going for a catch.
Wish he had to go for the hit.
Yeah.
Harry Bignell was very nearly quite clinical with her no look up through to try and get Kez off. And I believe Darby took.
I'd imagine so, since they were cheering and crying in the court.
That is 8-4. Darby at the time. Just the
a tricky one because, you know, having seen this league last year, then actually, yeah, Phantoms are good enough to take Spartans and you know, even on a team where sometimes it seems like pound for pound, player for player, then Phantoms aren't necessarily the more skilled team. They actually end up against Spartans playing some of their best on every single time they play them, and they just seem to be able to kind of get underneath Spartans' skin in a way that a lot of other teams don't manage to. And you see the way that Spartans play against Beagles, whether that's two clinical teams playing against each other, trying to beat each other with the same style. Phantoms have their own style, and it just works against Spartans. It's really fun when you do see that. See it quite a lot across Super. It's more style of adaptability wins a game rather than a team that happens to have the strongest throw, best catches. But the result you expected?
I wouldn't. No, it's not at discipline level that decision making across all the dark. Stick to the style of play. The other team kind of follow suit. That makes sense. I haven't really been able to see Spartans kind of increase their aggression and their heavy counters, stuff like that, that they were relying on in other matches I've watched. I haven't really gotten into the flow of it yet. Interesting to see if they can bring it in the second half.
Yeah, I think when I say that, you know, Derby are frantic, it's not that they're you know, it's not that they don't know what they're doing. In fact, they're very, very intelligently frantic. They're very good at picking out the moments when they should go do something that's a little bit riskier, and they're much happier making those risks. Whereas Spartans do sometimes do some riskier things, but they'd rather sort of bank on the more predictable side of things and go for just, yeah, playing nice, calm, but fast.
Right, Alex has come rescue the. I think we're a few seconds out in the half timer.
Mostly correct.
We're a lot more correct than the last time.
Nice little bow there from Lisa Storch. These both teams seem to be having fun, which is always nice to see. These top of the table clashes can get a little bit intense and.
Oh, brilliant hit from April on Harry Bignell there.
I think Harry had her hands around it but couldn't secure it.
Off balance.
Yeah, exactly. Came at an angle she wasn't necessarily expecting, wasn't really ready for.
That's the counters I was talking about.
Yeah.
Very dangerous combination.
Really, really hard to do anything. Got really good block against Lisa, but then didn't, you know, there's two balls coming at you from two completely different angles. You can't actually.
Especially with that timing.
Yeah, they came at the exact same thing you can really do. That being said, Derby still do hold the advantage. 2 players up. 1 player up. With 1. And breather error?
Yeah, I think so.
Like it, sounds like it. Spartans choosing to split their throws there, which didn't necessarily pay off, seeing Maddie manages to get a catch off a single throw from Lee. Yeah.
I was too busy looking at the other throw.
I think that's the point of splitting your throw. Is,
yeah, absolutely.
Try and bin off 2 players when you've got those 5 balls. But if it doesn't go your way like it did there, then. She's having a cracking set. Definitely found her catching
hoping
gloves.
for that free throw catch.
She's ready for it. Coach in the outbox there calling for nice safe throws from Phantoms. Invalid if you have to, which I don't think I've ever heard a coach specifically say that you're allowed to invalid throw. And that's exactly what Bree did. Interesting one.
Interesting tactic,
yeah.
isn't it?
I don't think I've heard that one before. Not sure it's really sportsman-like, but not technically illegal.
I'm going to assume there's a timeout here. Referee, have a chat.
No announcement on time left in the half there, so no way of checking.
Oh, what a fantastic hit from Bray and Elisa, who,
That's a strong pull. Yeah, that. I think she felt a bit weird on her feet, or landed a bit strange because of the impact of the ball. Looks like a bit of a nasty. Interesting, we did see in the previous match, maybe the one 2 matches ago, I think. Yeah, 2 matches ago when Derby was last playing, there were quite a lot of falls in that area around the back, but not quite as far over to the left as that, so not a permanent sweat patch to see. I think that was just a bit of an overbalance.
it does tend to happen. The patches just more and more never truly disappear.
definitely worse if end of day. Time, unofficially time out and have a chat about what their game plan is. I honestly don't know. I mean, I think they need to be placing their balls lower, more clinically low, because Derby are getting catches, yes, but a lot of them have actually been catching. I think, you know, Spartans are that can get those ankle shots, and they're not really capitalizing on that. They're going a little bit more aggressive and backing themselves to just power through up high, and that's really a tactic you can start. They can catch up, so you know, get that accuracy under control. Other than that, it's tricky to say. I think Derby have really picked them, take those catches, take their hits, save their contest. Yeah, no. I think they are getting sucked a little bit into Derby's game. I don't think that they needed to split that 5-ball. That's the sort of reaction team they're playing is playing their own game. Spartans don't necessarily thrive on adapting to the team in front of them. They really thrive on playing their own game very well. I wouldn't necessarily say that they need to adapt to the Phantoms. Normally when they adapt them, they play well. So it's tricky. Very tricky to say, I'd say. What about you? What would your advice be to Spartans right now?
Previously, when I've watched Spartans, aggressive, get a bit, ends the goal. I feel like then into just try and. It's a weird thing to say as a commentator, but try and create a bit more chaos and try and draw out into make it more.
Yeah.
With the timers.
Yeah, Derby really aren't making that many mistakes at the moment, whereas Spartans are, and I think that's the deciding factor between the two teams, the fine margin.
Be more miscommunication.
Yeah.
Be single catchable areas, and Derby have been taking them. Like, if you're going to give a team like Derby the chances to take the catches, like, you're almost guaranteed that they'll take them all day long.
Yeah, sure.
Lucy making a big hit on Pez.
Even game.
A big moment. Taking the Harvey's favorite. They can keep doing.
Derby are definitely picking their moments a little bit better than Spartans are. Spartans really didn't need to be going for that one.
We have done a lot. And it's just the ability to survive, which unfortunately wasn't shown there by Derby. Literally, comedy was cursed before I even finished my sentence.
Yeah. Stream's cut out. I was going to say I massively agree. It does seem like Derby have sort of kept alive a bit better. Spartans are not quite moving as dynamically as they sometimes do. While the stream was cut out there, Maddie did get hit by, I think, Lucy Barrington's throw.
My team. For moments like that.
Yeah, that's what you were saying about Derby managing to stay alive. That right there by Bree was a classic example of it. Didn't need to go for a catch, just needed to jump a couple inches up and let the ball fly under her.
Brilliant 2-ball throw there.
interesting. Not sure what's going on there. It sounds like the miscount with the players. I do 3v2 or 3v1, depending on whether or not Jen had been hit. So I'm not really sure what the argument could be, because either one of those scores same practical terms. Not sure if there's. I'm very confused. I don't know if maybe someone's claiming it was 2-2. Don't know why.
I think Hannah said. I missed
something happened
that I missed. I believe they've given it to
Spartans. Yeah. Bit of a strange debate going on there, but we move along. Yeah, not quite sure how long's left in the half.
Yeah, with the couple of timeouts, we might be slightly off, but it's around 8 minutes left.
Yeah. However much it is, you know, there's still definitely enough time Spartans to come back, get into it properly. The Eagles are currently crowded around watching with a lot of vested interest. The outcome of the matches. Sorry, I should say Bedford Eagles.
Oh, Bree just caught fishing.
Yeah. Didn't need to go for it. It would have passed her if she hadn't moved her body into it there.
Much every other time during the game, they were being really smart and leaving those kind of side shots from Spartans.
Yeah. I think now with, you know, 2 sets up, but not quite long enough for that to be, well, too long for it to be enough that, like, my sentence is really bad.
It's not a comfortable lead.
It's not a comfortable lead. They're not securing their win yet, but exactly. 2 sets feels a little bit comfortable. So you have to worry a little bit now with this situation that maybe Derby might start to get a little bit more sort of relaxed into their lead and kind of go for things that they don't necessarily need to. And that can really be your downfall.
Fail to acknowledge the catching out on the Derby side. Huge hit from Lucy and Meg. Harry trying to give protection. Jen showing a real smart decision and trying to cut off Harry, and in doing so, made the hit.
Fantastic reaction there from Jen.
Addie done very well to make herself small. She knew Lucy was definitely going to come after her. Balls with Derby. They play a very safe single ball throw. These 2 girls on court for Derby will definitely back their catches.
You can see that Jen backs her catch there. The ball was way wide of her. She still made a little motion to go for a catch.
Aggressive, will Lucy go for it?
Yeah. Pairing off there to put as much distance between them and the Lisa Barrington as they could. Good way of protecting yourself like that.
Absolutely. The countdown made it brilliant timing for the hit on Jen. Addie really needing to pull off a catch here to get back into the game.
Yeah, even that wouldn't necessarily pull it up.
That brings it to 10-8.
Yeah, that's a good comeback from Spartans going on now.
Really are the comeback team this season in the big game.
Questioning something. On the other court, the match seems to have finished. It was Sheriffs against Storm 2.
11-9 from what I can see.
Sheriffs?
Yeah, against Torquay. So that's a nice win for them. Good close game. Very loud game as well, I have to say. Can't really hear in my right ear anymore. That's all the other than this now finished.
It is a very
It is a
tight
good game, yeah.
Like we keep talking about Al David always come back in these difficult.
Yeah.
Don't always expect them to be, you know, that stuff. Always able to keep clawing their way back and get back. Always making it tough in the up.
And that's a massive difference between Spartans this year versus last season. Last season they had a habit of letting their heads drop a little bit and kind of getting lost in it a bit, whereas now they trust themselves to be able to get back into it. They know that if it's still mathematically possible, there's still a chance, and they can try and pull it back. And now they're only a set away from pulling it to a draw. With plenty of time left to win it after that. Be interested to see how Derby reacts to the fact they've lost a couple sets now. It will have shaken them a bit, shaken their confidence.
Just need to recompose themselves and go back to just focusing on surviving, not having to fish for any catches or force into any throws.
Great survival there from Bree Darcy. 2 balls, 3 balls. That was a block. Spartans don't seem to think it was, but it was. It hit her hand.
It looked like a block from different.
Yeah,
but I can understand how on court you can see it differently.
Yeah. I think it's one of those ones that looks a lot worse from the opposition side than from up close. It's tricky, that ruling cloth, but your hand does count as part of the ball. So then it becomes tricky to see from the opposition whether or not it hit her hand or her elbow, I guess, online. Bit of mopping going on. More mopping going on.
Now it's up to Spartans to compose themselves after that call from the referee. You have to go by at the end.
Absolutely.
Catch me for the set. Roughly 3.5 minutes remaining. It's integral to Derby just to try and see out this set. Derby would be very, very important.
Yeah, pretty key set for both teams right now. Good dodge from Lacey there, but a release that she didn't necessarily need to do, throwing away the 4. That being said, if it had hit, we would all be saying it was the right thing to do, so.
Well, it almost felt like an communication.
Yeah, she did seem to apologise to her teammates there, so.
Probably being the differential.
Hit off of Lottie there.
Probably 1 player up. Around 45 seconds. Fantastic 2-ball hit in Meg White.
Yeah,
really putting Derby in control.
Getting out a pretty key catch for on Spartan side as well. He'll be able to turn the game around for the catch. And Derby survived that throw. That's pretty crucial as well. Spartans kind of put all their eggs in that basket.
This is more like the Derby we've seen in the rest of this match.
Yeah. Try and throw them off, but
Harry with a huge catching out.
Massive, massive catching out there, though. A Derby player didn't go out. Time really needs to be paused there.
Yeah, nobody's gone off for the catch.
Yeah.
And this has caused so much confusion.
I think Jen was going to go off catch, but really should have been faster about it. And someone should have called it or called a pause time there. That feels quite
It took too long
Yeah.
to pull that in. But hopefully they can sort
yeah.
make sure that the right players are on. Whether he's called it, did he call the end of that there and then?
I believe so. I think that's what Spartans is about that situation. Can't really blame them. Can't blame Derby either. I mean, they wouldn't have known what happened. Waiting for a bit of guidance. Tricky things happen that quickly, and so many balls thrown as well. That was a 4-ball attack against Lucy that ended up with a catch by Harry.
The way loyal view. Very big referees.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure how many. Definitely should have been a catch between Jen and B, right? And Lucy hit basically double tap Jen. So
Yeah.
I guess it depends whether it's a call of the catch on Jen or Bree.
Tricky if the one that Harry caught was actually the one from Jen. If it wasn't, that changes things, because then that means Jen was also hit and someone else should have, and that would have evened it out to 3v3 going that last bit of chaos. So, you know,
This is a huge call because it probably wins.
yeah,
It's
pretty
over
wrapped
with the
up.
grind. Minute and a half left. If it's a draw,
They'll still have to really put in a lot of effort. I don't think there's really much that the refs can. I mean, I have no idea whose ball it was that Harry caught there. I think.
I can relate to the Spartan presentation.
Yeah.
There was definitely a catch.
Yeah, there was definitely something that happened there that played out the way. I mean, you know, both teams taking it, I guess, a little bit on the hard. I don't think they know who Harry caught.
I'm definitely glad I'm not one of in this. Such a difficult referee. Whenever you have so much going on. Line refs mean everything. Rise of. Like, we'll probably have to watch back that set a few times.
So the other tricky thing with line refs is that you're looking at your side, and so when you're in a situation where the question is catch, no individual ref who's really meant to be tracking that. Refs who are meant to be tracking who's thrown, and there's refs who are meant to be tracking who's, but no one's looking across court trajectory. That's not how the referee told to do it. You're meant to kind of focus. So it makes it very, very hard in this situation for anyone to actually have nice little thumbs there. He's going to injure himself, I think.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, more cartwheels. That was much slicker cartwheel. I give that one a solid, like, 8 or 9 out of 10. Dom's one, I think, was more.
Moment. I'll give you a 9.
Lots of people.
This is where I really wish we had ref mics to fully understand what's going on.
It's hard to fill the silence.
I'm waiting for the scoreboard to be changed to at least have some sign of.
Funny watching who's sticking around to watch the end of the game and who's sort of heading back.
Simon's questioning.
Very aware that everyone does kind of just want to get home at this.
It'll be really strange. 24-hour dodgeball event.
Well, What's happened?
Are we?
Do we know what's happened? Are we continuing play?
I have no
What?
idea. I am so confused.
Continuing play with 4 on each side? That can't be right. Are they?
I'm getting a headache just trying to work out what.
Anyone in the chat knows what the
So-
hell's going on?
Well, Bree's still on court.
Are they
Oh,
just?
catch on.
Oh, Harry catches Jin there apparently. According to people who have the ability to look back on them. That's very interesting if that's the case, because that opens up the possibility that I said to you. Jen's been hit out, he's gone out, Spartans have got a catch and an out, so that brings up, it clears up that 2-player deficit that they were staring down. Doesn't explain why there's 4 on court on each side right now.
So lost. I do apologize to them.
One Bell fan club at the moment.
One bell.
This is Women's League.
Genuinely, my head is like, I can't even work out what's been called to have this
To have
scenario
4
currently
players
now.
on each side. Maybe they're resetting to a point where everything's made sense.
Oh yeah,
Bit of a
4
weird thing to do.
4v3. See, that makes more sense to me.
Okay.
I've no idea how long's left in either clock,
So
unfortunately.
I'm guessing that means that they're calling that Jen was the ball that was caught, not G.
He was very close to the back line there. Using her space to the fullest potential.
Lottie Millington going for that catch and not managing it. Right on the
Is that-
whistle. So, yeah, that's
I think that's the set.
that Derby will be very happy. Interested to watch that back.
Absolutely. That is first thing I'm doing whenever I go up is trying to work out what.
I can
what
feel the
just
Spartans are
happened.
going to be rewatching that one closely to try and work out what happened. Unfortunate. But, you know,
The minute set timer was. I tried to reset it. Don't know what I've done wrong.
the end of the day. It's nearly done.
But
Every other
there's
quarter's
about
been
5
done for about 8 minutes
There's
now.
about 5 to 10 seconds difference.
What a catch.
That's brilliant from Derby. Really taking advantage of this.
I think Spartans know that they can now and hard to motivate yourself.
Need a big hit here. So April dodges fantastically. Side stepping out of the way. Be very safe single.
Yeah.
Your settings have 3 walls. That's how you play out the time.
Lucy gonna put a lot of pressure there. Nice. She gets the
I'm
hit.
surprised Lucy wasn't doing that more throughout the game, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Derby
Oh,
getting the
brilliant hit
back.
from Lucy on April.
3-3 at the moment. A lot of chaos. Whistle's about to be blown. And Spartans have no balls. Nothing they can do there. That finishes off the match 13-9 to Derby.
That's a fantastic game.
That is
And,
a brilliant game and a phenomenal match for Derby. That
well
yeah.
done to everybody involved.
That's the first loss for Spartans of the first team to topple Spartans.
Upset.
I was going to
Always
say
a team that love a good upset.
they fully deserve that. That was fantastically played by Derby. Really just getting underneath Spartans' skin, not really letting them play their own game and just picking out catches exactly when they needed to. Spartans never really worked out a way of getting around it. Very close game, that being said. They did sort of find their way into it in the second half a bit. Spartans sort of got back to playing a bit more clinical, getting those hits in. It was kind of too little too late, I think. Quite a big deficit to make up.
And that concludes today's Women's Super League E3.
Yeah.
We
Go home.
we are going to go home, and we hope back in the live stream December 18th.
Yep, December 18th, week before Christmas. What Alex will tell us to tell you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already.
And like,
And
I always have to
I
leave a
like the video.
Take care.
Night.
Bye, everybody.